money, and I know how to work toward making this city safe.
We can't be shy about speaking on things such as faith and politics. We have to remember, in a free society, the public square belongs to all of us.
I'm not interested in North Florida looking like Orlando or Miami. I love where we live, but I think that good jobs means that people that live in this district can stay in this district.
Fishing and hunting is funding a large part of your conservation projects in Florida, and we want to make sure that those are forever preserved.
And the problem with this industry at this point is that they actually target our youth. You can see it in their marketing strategies where it's bright colors, fun names.
And that's going to be endlessly litigated.
Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, are you still playing defense with your money? Now might be the perfect time to go on offense and seize the opportunities presented by the new pro-business environment ushered in by President Trump and his administration. That's exactly what certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend and his team at Advantage Retirement Group do for high net worth investors like you. They create strategies designed to help manage taxes, control risks, and boost your financial confidence. It's a forward-thinking approach that can strengthen your foundation so you can enjoy the lifestyle you've worked so hard to achieve. If you're ready to see how Alfie's team can help elevate your plan, call or text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Again, text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Schedule your one-on-one consultation today and discover proactive strategies to help you thrive in an ever-changing world. Again, text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Don't wait. Let Alfie Townsend and the Advantage Retirement Group team guide you toward a stronger, more confident financial future.
I've been dipping snuff for well over 30 years. You know, I could wake up in the morning and have a weird lump in my gums. Guess it's like playing Russian roulette, really. I would love grandchildren. And if by quitting it extends my life some, I would gladly lay it down.
Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to find free resources to help you quit your way.
Today, push harder, push forward, push vigorously.
There are things that I am hiding from people that I'm trying to inspire.
You can do whatever you set your mind to.
I feel like a hypocrite a lot of the times.
Don't give up on yourself ever.
Smoking, I hide it because I'm ashamed of it. I want to get out of the shadow. I want to show people there is light away from the darkness. I am going to quit.
Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to find free resources to help you quit your way.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know I love the Floor Meisters in Naples, locally family-owned business, 3 generations of Meisters. Listen, what are you looking for? Carpet, tile, hardwood, a Quartec? Maybe that's what you're looking for. And why don't we talk to TJ Meister right now of the Floor Meisters and find out what's going on with Quartec. What's up, TJ?
Well, we're just keeping up with the demand for Quartec. Just had to order a truck and bring it in from the West Coast of the United States to keep up with all the needs and wants of the people of Southwest Florida. Somebody doesn't have it, give me a call. I probably do.
I tell you, I love my Quartec floor. People love it. What is it about it that makes it so awesome?
Well, it's waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof. So if you got a pool, no problem. If you got a dog, no problem. If you got a husband that spills, no problem.
Floor Meisters, that's who I trust, and you should as well. 6281 Naples Boulevard in Naples. 239-596-4964 for the Floor Meisters.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but It's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. Medishare works too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE 40. 855-SHARE-40.
Thank you for waking us all up out here for all you do. And
thank you for giving us a voice.
for being out there helping keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military, educating us, standing up for conservatism, giving us the truth.
Florida's voice with Drew Steele.
Well, would you look at us? Look at us here, everybody. Well, I mean, obviously, if you're driving around the state of Florida, you can't see us. But here we are. We are live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Southwest Florida. We are in beautiful Naples. And we are here for what could be a first Monday of every month. I don't know if we, I mean, we love being here. So who knows if we'll be doing this on a regular basis, but that would be a lot of fun. And don't forget, we got a lot of news to catch up on. By the way, I had a great weekend at the Florida Freedom Forum this weekend and had some great interviews with a whole bunch of folks. So if you didn't get a chance to hear any of them, you can go check out flvoicenews.com, Florida's Voice, and you can see a bunch of the interviews that are there. And throughout the week, we'll be playing some of the audio clips because they are stellar. And we've got a lot going on today. First of all, I am looking pretty good. Brendan Leslie, what do you do again, Brendan? What's your gig? You got a pretty good job. What do you do? What is it that you, what's your gig?
I'm the guy that pays all the bills, but Drew, it is good to be back here at Seed to Table in Naples. Fun fact, for everyone listening across the state right now, on all our great affiliates, Florida's Voice really got its start right here at Seed to Table in Naples. We used to do this live type show every Tuesday night for 2 straight years. That's kind of where we grew our first like cult type following. It was awesome.
Yep.
And now here we are 2 years after leaving and we're back. I'm so excited for you and the opportunities.
Yeah.
Because See the Table and Naples is like, well, our dear friend Patrick Dearborn always says it. This is the conservative beacon of hope here. It's a Freedom Town, USA. It's a great place to be. So, hey, if you are listening from anywhere across the state, make sure you come check out See the Table in Naples. It's very much worth the road trip.
There you go. Exactly. And I was saying that we look pretty good. As a matter of fact, I'm loving on this shirt that I'm wearing right now. And you've got a beautiful shirt on as well. And maybe we should mention a little bit about that. For those that are watching, this is a big deal.
Yep. And for those of you that are either listening on the radio or everything, I need you to go immediately to a website. Well, not immediately if you're driving, obviously.
Yeah.
But redstate.golf, right? It's redstate.golf. I'm really excited to announce our new partnership. Florida's Voice is going to be teaming up with Red State Golf. The website is redstate.golf. They have a great clothing brand that the Trumps love. I'm very happy with this shirt that I'm wearing right now.
Yeah.
And this hat.
It's
This
so-
shirt, it's hard to tell, but I kind of like it. I want to go wear this shirt in like New York City and no one would even realize. But like, for those of you that are listening at home, it's got Trump's face. It's like, it's a lovely golf polo with Trump's face.
American flags.
American flags,
Donald
Trump's face, palm trees. It's a beautiful shirt.
Amazing.
My arms look really
Come here.
big in it.
Kevin.
I love it. We
Kevin,
have a
come here.
representative here from Red State Golf. I mean, you want to talk about a good Christian conservative company, a company that you should be getting your clothes from, you should be investing in and supporting. It's Red State Golf. And we got Kyle Van Duzer here, who is one of the higher ups here at Red State Golf, to tell us more about it. We actually got a special promotion for anyone listening anywhere in the state or here in audience. Tell us about it, Kyle.
Oh, what? We're going to get your mic. Hold on a second. Sound dude. Sound. What?
Oh, we'll go with this.
Yeah, just go with that.
There
one.
we go. Yeah, so thank you guys
Take a
so much
look
for
at that.
having us, man. You guys look awesome. Absolutely awesome. Redstate.golf. If you go to redstate.golf today and you enter in the coupon code FreedomTown, because we're here in Freedom Town, USA, you'll get 25% off your entire offer today and tomorrow. So check it out. So if you're driving, take your time, get home safe, and do that.
Yeah,
Well, quickly, I just wanted to ask how, tell everybody about the Trump connection. I mean, obviously you've got the Trump hat, beautiful, and the Red State Golf, and tell everybody about that.
Yeah, so we're a local company. We started as goated.golf. Goated Golf is a monthly drop company that drops a goat. And obviously we got to November and we dropped a Trump putter because he's the GOAT, right? He's the greatest of all time president. He's leading us back towards making America great again. So we started to get a little bit of hype, and Trump got word of what we were doing. So my brother was actually able to play golf with him. We gave him one of the putters that I have one on the table right now. The white putter is American flag, says Trump, make America great again on it. And it full-fledged into this conservative golf company now, and it's all conservative gear, endorsed by the Trumps. It is not their company. They're not affiliated at all, but they love our company. They love our stuff, and they wear it all over. I brought the more zoomed-in design of Brennan's shirt. So for those of you who are watching,
there you go.
Got Trump's face, Miami Vice colors, our E flag on it, all that stuff.
Love it, love it.
And to be clear, is my mic working on this one?
Yeah, it is. Good.
There we go. Just to be clear, you do not need to be a golfer to wear this clothes. Like, these clothes are really nice. This is a nice polo.
Feels really good.
Can't even tell it's a golf shirt. Right. So remember the code Freedom Town. So if you go, redstate.golf is the website. Red State Golf is the app. I encourage you, get 25% off for anyone that is listening that's here. If you're here in person, we got the table, Red State Golf, right here up the front. Definitely meet them. But I'm really excited, Drew, to kick off this partnership with Red State Golf because, you know, the rumors, the grapevine, Florida's Voice, Red State Golf, maybe there's going to be a really sweet Florida line of clothes.
Let's do it.
We're going to team up. I think
as long as there's no like little pictures of my face or anything on the shirt, that would be no.
So
no,
that
don't.
mean I can't do my face?
Drew's face?
No, that is a no.
Already a no.
Right. No.
Cut that down real quick.
Got it down. That's it.
My first idea is let's make a shirt. Actually, no, I don't want to tell anyone my idea.
Yeah,
So
don't surprise them.
Yeah,
There you go.
It's going to be good merch. It's going to be great. I'm excited to this partnership. So one more time, Kyle, tell us what the discount is, where we can check you out.
Yep. So redstate.golf, Red State Golf app in the App Store too. It's on the App Store, Google Play Store. Feel free to download that. You'll get push notifications about your offer, about your purchases as well. And enter Freedom Town into the discount code. You'll get 25% off everywhere. It's funny you mentioned New York City. 50% of our all of our purchases are from New York, California, Michigan, and Arizona. Woo! So we're about to take over, and Florida's the other 50%. So we're gonna roll across the country.
We need to make Florida. We need to make Florida the #1 spot for Red State Golf.
It is. It is.
Let's amp those sales up. Everyone at the table, if you're listening, please check out Red State Golf. Good conservative Christian company based right here too. In Naples that are doing the Lord's work. Really appreciate everything with your company. I'm excited for the partnership.
Thank you guys.
All right, give it up for Kyle.
God bless y'all. Thank you.
And Red State Golf. Love it. All right, let's start hitting some headlines here because I thought there's been a lot that's going on. First of all, can I?
Drew, I'm leaving you. All right.
Yeah, you can go.
You can take it from here.
Yeah, well,
Drew,
for the
you
moment.
got it.
Yeah, and then
there's
you
a lot
come
of
back.
great guests that are coming up. Take care of them today.
And what do you do again? You're Brendan Leslie. What's your deal?
You know, I might come back on at 4:45. This used to be my show. Now I've passed the torch to my young Padawan, and it's funny because you're 20 years older than me.
Goodbye. Wow, that was harsh. All right. Anyway, the point is there's a lot of great things that are going on. First of all, Texas is in a pretty interesting position right now. For those that don't know what's going on in Texas, we talked about it last week. You have Texas that is going to redraw the maps. And the funny thing is that when the left redraws maps, you know what that's like. It's perfect. It doesn't matter. If you have a problem with the way they're redrawing all the maps, it doesn't matter. It's too bad because they're Democrats. What are you going to do? How are you going to stop us? And they do some crazy redrawing of maps. It is nutty to the core. And so when you have a state like Texas, where you've got a lot of Republicans and representatives and people who are voting for Republican policies, then all of a sudden they start to re-examine the maps and they're like, hey, maybe we need to work on this and we could actually gain some seats from this because we're going to redraw the maps. That's what happens in politics. The winners get to redraw the maps. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. The only reason why the left doesn't like it is because they're going to lose representation. Aw, shucks. But one of the things that was happening in the way that Democrats figured that they would fight against this, funny enough, is you have two choices. You could either say something to the state and explain to them why you, as a Democrat, your policies are better, and hey, we should be winning elections so that maps can't be redrawn so that we can stop this kind of thing from happening. The problem with that is that everybody is rejecting all the Democrats' policies. I mean, just look at the state of Florida and what we're doing here and how well the Democrats are doing. And some might say they're doing just fantastic, right?
Lime dog face Tony Stone.
No, they're actually doing really bad. So there's that. So what did the Democrats decide to do? So the Democrats decided that the way to combat this was to leave the state. And I'm not kidding. The Democrats in the state, the legislature, just a little while ago, had until 3 p.m. today to be with the Republicans, a quorum of individuals there in Texas, so that they can vote on this map. The Democrats' plan was, well, this is what we're gonna do. We're just gonna leave the state. Funny enough, they went to Illinois, which if you've looked at the maps of Illinois, you want to talk about messed up maps because you've got a bunch of lefties controlling things. That's pretty much Illinois. So what happened is the governor of Texas and the attorney general, the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, along with Paxton, the attorney general, were like, listen, here's the thing. We're not doing this truancy. You need to come back. And oh, by the way, if you don't come back, there are going to be very good chances put out there that you may ultimately be arrested. That's right. Quote, this truancy ends now. The derelict Democrat House members must return to Texas and be in attendance when the House reconvenes at 3 p.m. on Monday, August 4th. Check your calendar and the time. That would be like right now. So we're waiting to get updates on this. For any member who fails to do so, invoking Texas Attorney General opinion to remove the missing Democrats from membership in the Texas House. How about that? That's how you play the game. The game is, if you want to leave, if you don't want the quorum, if you don't like the way things are going, well, guess what? We have the things that we can do here. And the big part of what's going on with politics right now is exactly that. The important aspect to this story is you've got to have people who are willing to do tough things, things that people are going to question. They're going to say that you can't do this. You can't arrest people. You can't remove people, members of the House, for example, in a certain state because they decide, oh, you can. Yes, you can. And so they are beside themselves. As a matter of fact, I think there was a lawmaker, a Texas lawmaker, who was on CNN who was explaining all of this because they brought him on. As the Chiron reads on the CNN channel there, Texas GOP pushes ahead with redistricting after Dem lawmakers flee the state. That's right. They flee the state because that's what Democrats do. Instead of being there and sitting and fighting and then showing how awesome they are in their policies. No. They flee. That seems that Democrats flee should be the message to everybody across the country. So to that, there was a Texas House of Representative member who was on CNN and was explaining, you can't do this.
Republicans put into place just 4 years ago.
Here's what he said.
Well, there's been a lot. First of all, I want to be really clear about something. My Democrat colleagues that have fled their constitutional post here, okay, and are hiding up with Governor Pritzker. By the way, probably the biggest gerrymanderer in the country, by the way, is Governor Pritzker.
Yep.
Democrats don't actually have a problem with redistricting and redrawing maps to maximize partisan political advantage. They just have a problem when Republicans do it. And
bingo. That's Joe Biden likes to say. Bingo.
Let's just go back down memory lane here. Only 9 years ago in 2016, when Republicans won the U.S. Congress, I think we only had about a 1% majority in the popular vote, but Republicans had over 45-seat margin in the U.S. House compared to just last year when Republicans won by more, a greater percentage of the popular vote. I think it was 3%. But we only had a 2 or 3 seat advantage. Well, why is that?
Yeah, why is that? How is it possible that you're going to only have a 2 or 3 seat advantage when you have all of these wins going on? Something's not right here. And so as he explains,
I'll tell you why. It's because Democrat states across the country for a decade have been engaged in radically aggressive redistricting to maximize their electoral advantage in ways that Republican states, quite frankly, haven't done.
That's right. That's exactly, and you can give me a D-ding right there. Go ahead, D-ding. Ding. That's right. That's a ding for you. That's what's going on because they have squeezed the juice out of every state, tried to maximize their gerrymandering to make it so that they would gain seats that they don't deserve. Well, guess what? Now that the shoe is on the other foot or the election's on the other box, or I don't know how he said it. But anyway, the point is that now that it's different, they're freaking out. They're not freaking out because they're not allowed to do this. They're not freaking out because what is going on with the redistricting shouldn't be happening. It's not something legally that they can do. They're freaking out because they're going to lose power. And it's happening more and more each and every day as we start to see other states who are thinking about the same thing. As a matter of fact, why don't we just sit here in the state of Florida for a second? And yeah, you can transition me if you want. It's not really a transition, but that's fine. You can transition me. How about this? The push to redistrict the state of Florida has now picked up steam before 2026. The Hill was reporting on it. Our own Eric Doherty, who's going to be here with us in just a little while from now. He's going to hang out with us here live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples. So even in the state of Florida, we're talking about doing some changing of the maps, a little redistricting here following Texas's move. Why not? Why not have the amount of representation when you have a state like Florida where you have basically a handful of Democrats that are still around, and one who's running the show that
marijuana.
Yeah, it seems to be doing a great job, by the way. That the representation seems odd that there would be as many even seats that they would have right now because of how red we are. But the governor and the legislature, who knows? Would they do it? If they do, they can move the maps around. It could add another Republican representative. They have the ability to do it. They have the supermajority. They could make this happen right now. So there's a possibility. We'll see what happens. But again, the elections have consequences in a lot of different ways. Elections have consequences when there are certain people that you are worried about getting into office, like Barack Obama and Joe Biden. Barack Obama starting the whole idea of feeling pretty bad about elections and what's going to happen next. And then, of course, Joe Biden, who barely even can't even tell where he's at. And we had that going on for how many years? Actually, he knew where he was at. It's just he didn't know that he was president. But the point is as we do all of this, and elections have consequences, sometimes in a bad way, and the bad things that happen, but sometimes in a good way where you can right the things that have been wrong, like the district maps and how off they've been. And just before we get off of this topic, let me just say one other thing about this, because J.D. Vance was talking about this with regard to California. I read this a few days ago, and I just want to put this back in your minds, because if you're someone who gets very upset about all of this, if you're one of these crazy lefties here in the state of Florida, and I get your email, so that's cool. Thanks for listening and watching at FL Voice News on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Facebook. But think about this. J.D. Vance was mentioning, quote, of the 52 congressional districts, there's 52 districts in the state of California. Think about that. 9 are Republican. 52 districts, 9 Republican. That means that 17% of the delegation is Republican. All right, so follow the math. 52 congressional districts, 9 are Republican, 17% of the delegation is Republican. But how is that possible if Republicans always win 40% of the vote in the state of California? They always do. They're not winning 17% of the time. They win 40% of the time. How can you possibly do that? How could it be allowed to have that little bit of representation when 40% of the people are voting Republican? You would think that nobody in the state of California votes Republican. It's not like that at all. It's quite the opposite. There are people in California who are voting Republican. The problem is the way they've worked the system, the left there in the state, have made it so that they don't have the kind of representation that they should have. That's wrong. That's the kind of thing, redistricting, that's a bad thing. That's how you make it so that it's in your favor in the wrong way. The kind of redistricting map that they're talking about in Texas gaining 5 seats, and even here in the state of Florida, where we would gain 1, is not because we're trying to squeeze the juice out of the state, but it's because we're trying to make the state representative of exactly who is here and how they've been voting. So good for Texas. Keep it up. That's a good thing. And now even New York is getting, I know I said I was going to get past this, but maybe I'll talk about Kathy Hochul, the governor of the state of New York, who had her opinion on the Texas redistricting. And let's just put it this way. We're going to do something in New York. Really? You're going to really do something in New York? Like, explain how that works, because you've already done just about everything you possibly can there in New York. So knock yourself out. So we, again, keep an eye on on that story as well. All right, some of the other things that are going on today, as we are live here once again in Southwest Florida. So we're at Oaks Farm Seed the Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road. We got great guests lined up all afternoon long. We are very excited about all of them that are going to be making their way to the stage. Just a reminder too that yes, we are going to be at a city near you. So all of you out there who are listening across the state of Florida, if you're listening in Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, Key West, believe me, and other places as well across the state, we're not missing anybody. We're going to be in an area near you very, very soon that the show is going to be on the road. But coming up, as we have some great guests, we're definitely going to be playing audio and getting comments because I would love to get everybody's reaction on some of what's happening with, for example, Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren is making the rounds now on social media. She's all over the place. And her latest now is how, for some reason, Elizabeth Warren has decided that, yeah, you know what? The communist, socialist, Marxist, Democrat, all the same thing anyway. The Mamdani guy, he's actually a pretty good. Fighting for America is the way she put it. I mean, some of the things so know this, that they are showing who they are. They're telling you where they stand, and hopefully they will keep that going. Keep it up, because the more you let everybody know where the party stands, and the more you show everybody that you are standing side by side with the commies, the more that people are going to make decisions. And by the way, they're going to make the right decisions. They're going to make the right choice. So we like hearing that. So I'll play some of that audio coming up. All right, scheduled to join us in, let me see this list. I got a whole list here. So scheduled to join us in just a little bit. Stand by. Let me see. There we go. All right. So scheduled to join us in just a few more minutes. Madison Cawthorn is going to be joining us, former House Rep for North Carolina District 11. He's going to be joining us. Also, later on, we've got hopefully Alfie Oaks. Obviously, we would love to have Alfie on here. Oaks Farm Seed the Table would be fantastic. You can learn a little bit more about him if he is someone that you've heard about, but you don't know exactly his story. We can tell his story. And then later on, we're scheduled to have in the 5 o'clock hour a call from the one and only Ted Nugent, who we love having on the program. And when Ted joins the show, I can guarantee you, you do not know what's going to be coming up. So I don't know, you don't know, nobody knows, but Ted knows, and whatever Ted says goes pretty much. So that's going to be coming up in just a little bit. Want to remind everybody across the state of Florida, by the way, that the one thing you definitely want to make sure of is that your air conditioning is working properly. And if you feel like there's something not right about it, if it just feels humid in your house, or maybe it's 10 years older and it's like, yeah, it's probably about time to get a new one. How about Strata Air Conditioning and Heating? They feel like, look, we've got a full selection to offer to you, selling and servicing every major manufacturer: Carrier, Goodman, Dakin, Trane, Mitsubishi, and Lennox, and they are committed to 5-star customer service. So if you think now is the time that you need to get the exact unit that's good for your home, your lifestyle, and especially your budget these days, no doubt, Strata Air Conditioning and Heating, that's who you need to contact across the state of Florida. Go ahead, check them out on the website, strataac.com. That's strataac.com. You can schedule an appointment. You can get a text confirmation. And it's cool. You can even track the tech as they're making their way to your house. So you could do that anytime. strataac.com. You ought to call Strata. License number CACO 43953. Once again, we are live on the road today. Oaks Farm Seed the Table in Southwest Florida. We'll return with more coming up. My name is Drew Steele, and this is Florida's Voice.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
I'm Chris Jackamick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA, is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I have to tell you, when my wife and I talked about getting new kitchen countertops for our house, we know who to call. Rock Solid Countertops and More, 2240 J&C Boulevard in Naples. and they have been absolutely amazing. Hugo and the team are the best. The workmanship has been absolutely incredible. The install was so easy. The process was perfect. Taking everything out, bringing the new stuff in. The quartz countertop is unbelievably beautiful, and my wife is super happy, I'll tell you. You know they have the best quality and selection of marble, quartz, granite, and a one-stop shop for all of your kitchen, outdoor, and bathroom needs. I've known it for years. I've lived in Southwest Florida 40 years. There was really only one place I was going to go. It's rock-solid countertops and more. I would suggest you give them a call, 596-7676. They're at 2240 JNC Boulevard in Naples. Find out what they can do for you. Countertops, cabinets, plantation shutters, they do it all. Rock solid countertops and more.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE 40. 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40.
Since the dawn of time, man and wildlife have shared a connection, and hunting traditions passed down from generation to generation have connected man to the natural world, from bow and arrow to hook and bullet. As man evolved, our link to those traditions remain with them forever. Yet today, our basic instinct to provide and as part of the hunt to conserve and appreciate the natural world has fallen under attack for the first time in human history. The misguided politicians and radical activists pushing an agenda to end hunting as we know it, or leading a war against our heritage and their misguided policies and protests. They demonize hunters and belittle our way of life, the results of hunters leaving the sport in droves, while our wildlife and ecosystems suffer the consequences as conservation funding dries up. Named after the father of the North American model for wildlife conservation, the International Order of T. Roosevelt is fighting in the arena to protect and expand the rights of hunters everywhere. We will fight back against these forces to make sure that every American has a right to hunt, enshrined in their state constitutions. We will educate the next generation in our traditions and seek to expand accessibility so that everyone can enjoy our pastimes. And we will continue to hold true to our namesake's efforts to protect, preserve, and ensure open access to our nation's wild lands. Teddy Roosevelt's vision for American conservation defines our modern hunting and conservation system, a system upheld by the idea that conservation efforts are crucial to our hunting way of life, and that hunters are crucial to successful conservation.
To some, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much, but that's not true. They're testing out vowels and consonants and trying different sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on meaning, especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, are you still playing defense with your money? It's time to shift gears and seize the fresh opportunities this new pro-business environment has to offer. That's exactly what certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend and the team at Advantage Retirement Group do for high net worth investors like you, helping you go on the offense with advanced tax strategies, thoughtful risk management, and forward-thinking financial planning. Imagine enjoying the retirement lifestyle you've worked so hard to achieve, all while staying one step ahead, and in a changing world, you've got to do it. Alfie and his team design personalized strategies to strengthen your financial foundation so you can focus on living life on your terms. Ready to find out more? Text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Again, you can call or text 239-747-7470. Schedule your one-on-one consultation today and see how a proactive approach can help you thrive no matter what the market does next. Don't wait. Call or text VISIT to 239-747-7470 right now.
Now back to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
All right, anytime you want to check out the show, we are live at FL Voice News on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Facebook. So that's where you can find us. And of course, streaming live, we are doing that. And we're also live on great affiliates across the state of Florida. So we are so blessed and humbled that you would allow us to be part of your programming day, a busy day here. We are just so excited to be here at Oaks Farm Seed to Table in beautiful Southwest Florida, Naples to be exact. If you've never been to Seed to Table, let's just put it this way. There are plenty of people that have said they've heard about it, and plenty of people that come here, and plenty of people that can't believe it when they see it. And to talk a little bit about this and some other things, I am so happy. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one time for Alfie Oaks in the building. Alfie Oaks, come on.
Seed the table. I'm glad we got a good turnout today for this. We've got some more great guests coming, and this is still the freest place in the country, even though the country's getting freer every day.
You betcha. Alfie, all right, so across the state of Florida, there may have been people who have seen you on TV, have seen you on programs, have seen you talking to different people, social media and the like, and they've heard about you, they've heard about Seed to Table, but they also don't maybe know about a lot of the other things that you're doing as part of what really is making America healthy again. You've been making America healthy again, that guy, for as long as I've known you. That has been your thing. So talk a little bit about that and your feeling about, and introduce yourself to an audience that may not know about what you do.
Yeah, so to the people that don't know who I am or what we do, we have this Seed to Table store. We farm thousands of acres. I've been, my father actually got me into organic farming, and we do organic and conventional farming, but our conventional farming is done, without glyphosate and without a lot of the really harmful chemicals, and we use a lot of in the soil. So this store, Seed to Table, was one that was put together to deliver like really clean food. We really try to stay away from the national brands. Here at the store, we make our own bread that's healthy bread that you can eat without most people that have what they think is, some type of wheat allergies. A lot of times they don't. They're just allergic to GMO wheat or Roundup Ready wheat. And this wheat that we have here is amazing, that we make our flour with, and it's just made with a few ingredients, and that's kind of carried through with the way that we grow things and everything that we do. As a matter of fact, 2 days before Trump got elected, I was asked to be the Secretary of Agriculture by Trump for the state of Florida. He said I was his #1 pick for the country. And then 4 days later, we got raided by the feds, and it kind of knocked that off for this time. It wasn't maybe meant to be, but I'd been spending a lot of time with Bobby Kennedy, and Bobby Kennedy knew where I sit on trying to get all these harsh chemicals out of our food supply. As a matter of fact, I was just speaking with Bobby Kennedy yesterday about there's a bill that's trying to be passed in Congress when they come back into session that is going to protect the agricultural companies from basically a liability shield so that they can't be sued, much like the pharmaceutical companies had. And we see where that went.
Right.
If you give them the ability not to be sued, then it just gets worse and worse and worse. And right now that's what they're doing. And sadly, the Republicans are the biggest culprit. More of the Democrats actually voted against it than Republicans on the first go around with this. And we need to band together. The Republicans need to stand up and make noise right now and call your congressmen and call your senators and say, this is not going to fly. We can't allow them to continue to put more and more toxins in there and then not be held accountable. I don't know if anyone knows of the billions of dollars that Bayer has had to spend for all the glyphosate lawsuits, but they keep mounting up and mounting up. And what they want is protection from getting sued instead of just taking it off the market and finding another solution that's not going to be killing people. Because if we don't do something, we're not going to have a population left. I mean, this is something that takes out, they find glyphosate in men's sperm along with plastic particles, and infertility is through the roof, like we all know. And I think it's a direct cause of this. So we need to, this is a very important time for all the Republicans to call their congressmen in their districts and even anyone that they have the numbers for, and let them know how terrible this is. And it can't just get swept under the rug, because there's not going to be another chance to fix it.
Well, I was going to say, and
Bobby Kennedy's doing everything he can.
that's what I was going to bring
He's
up.
doing everything he can, but at the same time, these people don't answer him. So,
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say to you, Alfie, is, for as long as I've known you, it's been one of those things that we've talked about many times on the show, and the concerns about food and healthy eating, and of course the ingredients and all the things that go into growing, and all the other things that we hear about, but everybody gives it lip service. Now, finally, for the first time, and you can speak to this, with Bobby Kennedy, don't you feel like there's something actually moving, like we're actually doing something, instead of how often did we talk about it and over and over and over again, and now it feels like things are actually tangible, they're getting done, right?
It's funny because when I was speaking, spending time with Bobby Kennedy back in October, November, and he was saying the number one value that we can get by the MAHA initially is to just try to change the culture, make the people aware of how bad all of this is, and then slowly the people will move it. And that's that now there's a lot of other plays that have to be made, but something that you get the most bang for the buck is when you can get the truth out there and get the people fired up about it. And hopefully the people either stop buying the products, which is the best way to stop something from happening, but also call their legislators. And when the people are aware, because, a lot of people have been unaware of how the detriment of seed oils and the detriment of glyphosate buildup in their bodies and all these food dyes and all that stuff. So little by little, they're chipping at it, but it's a big system and it's hard to take down.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. And just one other thing, because I love when you talk about this, only because I have personal experience with this, because people told me that my son at an early age was gluten intolerant. Like we had to take him off of gluten altogether. And somebody said the same thing you said to us today, and said the same thing that you told me in the past, which is no. It's got to be the right wheat. We changed it over, and he's fine. It wasn't the case at all. It's unbelievable.
Why do you think that our ancestors didn't have gluten now? They weren't all gluten intolerant. It was because they were eating real wheat. They weren't eating this Franken wheat, that they're making that's Roundup ready and intolerant to the glyphosate. So, yeah, it's easy to understand why people would have problems with that. And even the people that don't have direct problems with that still are going to suffer the problems of their gut biome being destroyed by the glyphosate that is in. Even if they're eating all organic, you can't get away. It's so pervasive around the country right now, and we have to stop this. Yeah.
No doubt about it. All right, Alfie, listen, it's great to see you. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here, because we love you and we love being here and we love Seed the Table and all the things that you do here. And I'm sure as we come back again, we've got more to talk about, because you're in it, man. You're not messing around.
I'll tell you what, it's a little bit of a longer story, and next time I'm on, I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But it's something that just because of the people that I've been with lately, and I found out really how this health insurance system works. And I got a great story that will really resonate with almost anybody that understands business. But it's a little bit of a longer story. I'd like to get on sometime and talk about that with you.
Yes, absolutely. Of course. That would be fantastic. All right. Always great to see you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Alfie Oakes, everybody. Come on. Alfie, great to see you. Oh man, so awesome to be here at Seed the Table. We love it. And once again, if you are anywhere in the state of Florida and you've never seen Seed the Table, there is no other place like it. I promise you, it is just an incredible place to be. All right. By the way, anytime you want to call, 866-588-8303, 566-8303. 866-588-8303. Easy for me to say. I can't even get it out. All right. Also want to say a big thank you to Red State Golf, redstate.golf. We've got some great shirts that we are wearing. They've got the pullovers, they got the hats, they got everything. And if you go to redstate.golf, you can, again, find out more about all the things that they offer and some great specials going on as well that we're going to talk about coming up in just a little bit. All right, some of the other things that are going on here that we're checking out on Florida's Voice. Oh, all right, let's do this. Yeah, transition me. Hit me. Go ahead. All right, there it is. So for those that have been following just a little bit of what is going on with the Russia collusion hoax and the fact that we are going to get down to the bottom of exactly what happened. Now, there are many people that have been on social media that already know exactly what happened. And probably many of the people within the sound of my voice know that you had a lot of Democrats stealing elections, including one Hillary Clinton, who was probably in part of it. You are. And Hillary Clinton and the DNC and Verkins Cooey and the Steele dossier, and how now we find out recently about Obama and his part in all of this, and John Brennan and Clapper and Comey. And, you know, for a lot of people, when I talk to them, the one thing about the Russia collusion hoax is that it's deep. The tentacles are deep. It goes to a lot of different people that people don't know, names that they've never heard of. They got a lot of things going on in their life, so they're not necessarily paying attention to all the details. Here's all you need to know. Day by day, we're getting more and more information through the FBI and the director. We're talking about Cash Patel and Dan Bongino, deputy director. More and more information that is coming out that is proving beyond a shadow of a doubt to the American people in evidence that is being declassified to show exactly how all of this went down. Right. And so the more we hear about this, the more, the less you're going to be shocked when there are people that are walking around in cuffs and perp walked because they need to be, because of what they did to the American people. And you know what it is. Trying to take away the election from a duly elected president, that being Donald Trump in 2016. OK, I bring all of this up because the left and certain people in the media want you to let it go. They want you to believe that the information that has come out is nothing new. There's nothing shocking. There's nothing to see. And they desperately want you to move along. And how do I know that? Because they tell you as much. So here you have MSNBC, who is talking about the Clinton plan, the one that we found out last week that Obama and Brennan and everybody signed off on. And the Clinton plan was about trying to tie Putin to Trump, even though the information wasn't there. But don't worry about it, because we'll rig all the information to make it look like it's there when it wasn't there at all. So the Clinton plan emails, and it says it on the Chiron, so just understand where we're starting here. Clinton plan emails were likely made by Russian spies. Declassified report says that's not what it says. It didn't say that at all. Again, they're kind of playing with words, stretching the truth. They're not giving you the facts. But here's the thing. They don't want to give you the facts. They don't want to follow where everything has been leading, because they know what's coming. And they know some of the people that they continuously bring onto the network are the same people that perpetrated this. And also, there's a little complicity there with the media. So check this out. Here you have this morning with regard to the Russia collusion hoax, because remember, they've had a whole weekend to figure out how they're going to spin this thing. Here's Mika and Joe. Is it with the Mika and Joe show? I don't even know what the show is called. Joe Scarborough. That's all you need to know. Morning mess. And here's Joe Scarborough, who's talking to a reporter. And
Donald Trump's version of this.
Now listen to this.
Yeah, but I agree, Mika, with what Kenny said. Like, why keep going back to it? Why keep muddying the water when you have Marco Rubio in the Senate Intel Committee, your own Secretary of State, saying Paul Manafort and the 2016 Trump campaign posed a, quote, grave counterintelligence threat?
Now, hold on a second. That drives me crazy when I hear that, because they keep referencing Marco Rubio and the 8 that knew or investigated this and said that there was some there. But you got to remember what information they weren't getting the truth. They were getting lies. So why do they keep going back to that? Because they can. But listen to this part.
To the United States of America, you have John Durham admitting that there wasn't a Clinton conspiracy, that actually the 2 emails at the heart of that, even though he spent the entire report trying to prove this, in the annex, he hides it in the annex. And, well, yeah, the 2 key emails were actually most likely products of Russian disinformation. Like, move on.
See? They want you to move on. They want you to just move on. They're going to lie about it. They're going to continue to spin it, and they just want you to move on. And guess what? We're not moving on. We're not moving on. Well, we're moving on right now because we got to take a break. Live from Seed the Table in Southwest Florida as we broadcast live on Florida's Voice.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on.
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said to.
First, drown it with a bucket of water, then stir it with a shovel.
Wow. You sound just like him.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare. And that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-SHARE-40. That's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, if you're looking to take advantage of today's pro-business environment and strengthen your financial future, certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend and his team at Advantage Retirement Group have got you covered. They specialize in advanced tax strategies, risk management, and retirement planning, all aimed at helping high net worth investors like you thrive. Now, Alfie wants to share those insights with you with his book, Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway. It's packed with practical tips and forward-thinking strategies to help you make the most out of your hard-earned wealth. Ready to get your free copy? Text BOOK to 239-747-7470. That's 239-747-7470. Don't wait. Learn how to capitalize on that pro-business opportunities that are out there right now and secure the confident retirement you deserve. Once again, text BOOK to 239-747-7470 right now, and let Alfie Townsend and Advantage Retirement Group help guide you toward a stronger, more confident financial future.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at USO.org today.
Now, back to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
All right, we are live at Oaks Farm Seed the Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples. We are here broadcasting live until 6 o'clock tonight. It's kind of like a first Monday for us here in Southwest Florida. Maybe we'll be here each and every first Monday. That would be really nice. And don't forget, we are certainly going to be across the state of Florida. We're looking forward to being in some great cities near you. We're looking at Tallahassee. We're looking at Jacksonville and Orlando and Tampa, Key West. We've got a lot of great shows lined up. So don't you worry. We're going to be in a town near you. We are looking forward to spending time with you and seeing you live. We got a great crowd. We'll explain everything that's going on here in just a bit. Scheduled to join us, Ted Nugent in the 5 o'clock hour. He's going to be hanging out with us for a little bit. And also we've got a whole bunch of other folks. Tito Ortiz is going to be stopping by, scheduled to join us. As you know, retired MMA fighter and UFC champ. So he's going to be hanging out with us, and so many others. So we're looking forward to having them, and maybe even a chance to have the microphone out there in the crowd. And if people want to ask questions, we can do that. Of course, that is a little bit of a professional risk, but that's all right. We'll do it anyway. That's okay. All right. Some of the other news that's going on. We talked a little bit about Texas. Here you go. How about this?
House Democrats will not be returning to their home state, despite Governor Abbott's warning that they could face removal from office if they are not back by 4 o'clock Eastern time today. Instead, they just announced a press conference at 7 p.m. And where are they? In Warrenville, Illinois.
Okay, so just in case you're wondering, the whole issue with the Texas governor saying, listen, 3 p.m., we wanted you to be back. Because we got to have a quorum because we're going to be redrawing the maps and you need to be here. And what do the Democrats do? They don't stand there and fight politically. They're like, hey, Illinois sounds like a great place to be. And you can't do it because you have a governor that's not messing around and an AG that's not messing around. So there you go. They are not there for the deadline. They've scheduled a press conference in Illinois for 7 p.m. tonight, which is so Democrat. Democrats flee. And hey, we're going to flee Texas, as if they need to flee, and then they're going to hit a microphone in Illinois to talk about how bad this is, and they can knock themselves out. Go right ahead. So I'm sure we'll talk about that tomorrow because that's going to be pretty funny, to be quite honest with you. So looking forward to that. All right, what else do we have going on here at Florida's Voice? I don't know. There's a lot of things that are happening. I see the president of the United States earlier today had a few things to say about a bunch of different issues. One in regard to Russia. It's so nice to have a president who is not mincing words and isn't messing around with the things that he cares about, including when a reporter was asking about maybe Russia avoiding sanctions. Is there anything that they can do?
Witkoff's message will be to the Russians. Is there anything they can do to avoid sanctions at this point?
Yeah, get a deal where people stop getting killed.
Yeah, that's a good start. How about we do this? Why don't we get a deal where people stop getting killed? That would be really, really a nice thing to do. What about that?
I had a number that just came out that a tremendous number of Russian soldiers are being killed. And likewise, Ukraine, a lower number, but still thousands and thousands of people. And now we're adding towns where they're being hit by missiles. So it's a lot of people being killed in that ridiculous war.
I think the president of the United States wants it to be over once and for all, and he's talking about peace and stop the killing. And it would have been really nice if they would have thought of that years ago, and something that they weren't doing at all, and even talking about it all. But here we are, and is Russia now going to be getting hit with sanctions? Well, you sort of feel like maybe they should be. But the president not backing down on that. A couple of other things that the president said we'll have in just a bit. But in the meantime, we got to take a break. The music's playing. So when we come back, we will have more here live from Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. We are in Southwest Florida today live. My name is Drew Steele. This is Florida's Voice.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
No way.
No way. No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele. Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Congratulations on your show. Congratulations on your new show. Big deal, huh?
That's why shows like yours are so important. We have an independent county elected sheriff that's the head of law enforcement in Jacksonville/Duval County. And I know how to work toward making this city safe.
We can't be shy about speaking on things such as faith and politics. We have to remember, in a free society, the public square belongs to all of us.
I'm not interested in North Florida looking like Orlando or Miami. I love where we live, but I think that good jobs means that people that live in this district can stay in this district.
Fishing and hunting is funding a large part of your conservation projects in Florida, and we want to make sure that those are forever preserved.
And the problem with this industry at this point is that they actually target our youth. You can see it in their marketing strategies where it's bright colors, fun names.
And that's going to be endlessly litigated.
Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, are you still playing defense with your money? Now might be the perfect time to go on offense and seize the opportunities presented by the new pro-business environment ushered in by President Trump and his administration. That's exactly what certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend and his team at Advantage Retirement Group do for high net worth investors like you. They create strategies designed to help manage taxes, control risks, and boost your financial confidence. It's a forward-thinking approach that can strengthen your foundation so you can enjoy the lifestyle you've worked so hard to achieve. If you're ready to see how Alfie's team can help elevate your plan, call or text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Again, text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Schedule your one-on-one consultation today and discover proactive strategies to help you thrive in an ever-changing world. Again, text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Don't wait. Let Alfie Townsend and the Advantage Retirement Group team guide you toward a stronger, more confident financial future.
I've been dipping snuff for well over 30 years. You know, I could wake up in the morning and have a weird lump in my gums. Guess it's like playing Russian roulette, really. I would love grandchildren. And if by quitting it extends my life some, I would gladly lay it down.
Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to find free resources to help you quit your way.
Today, push harder, push forward, push vigorously.
There are things that I am hiding from people that I'm trying to inspire.
You can do whatever you set your mind to.
I feel like a hypocrite a lot of the times.
Don't give up on yourself ever.
Smoking, I hide it because I'm ashamed of it. I want to get out of the shadow. I want to show people there is light away from the darkness. I am going to quit.
Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to find free resources to help you quit your way.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know I love the Floor Meisters in Naples, locally family-owned business, 3 generations of Meisters. Listen, what are you looking for? Carpet, tile, hardwood, a Core-Tech? Maybe that's what you're looking for. And why don't we talk to TJ Meister right now of the Floor Meisters and find out what's going on with Cortec. What's up, TJ?
Well, we're just keeping up with the demand for Cortec. Just had to order a truck and bring it in from the West Coast of the United States to keep up with all the needs and wants of the people of Southwest Florida. Somebody doesn't have it, give me a call. I probably do.
I tell you, I love my Cortec floor. People love it. What is it about it that makes it so awesome?
Well, it's waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof. So if you got a pool, no problem. If you got a dog, no problem. If you got a husband that spills, no problem.
Floor Meisters, that's who I trust, and you should as well. 6281 Naples Boulevard in Naples. 239-596-4964 for the Floor Meisters.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true, people are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE 40. 855-SHARE-40.
Thank you for waking us all up out here for all you do. And thank you for giving us a voice. For being out there helping keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us, standing up for conservatives, and giving us the truth.
Florida's voice with Drew Steele.
Everybody. Helps to have the microphone. Just look at the microphone down by my neck. Dee's laughing right now. That's not really fair. All right. Hey, everybody. So glad you're joining us today on Florida's Voice. My name is Drew Steele. Big D on the other side of the glass, back at the studio. And Nina's with me, actually. She's helping me here as we are live on the road. Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples. We are here until 6 p.m. today. It's kind of like a first Monday. I don't know. Maybe we might do this on a regular basis, first Mondays if we can. That would be a lot of fun. And yeah, soon we will be at a city, a town near you. We're looking forward to stops all across the state of Florida. It's something that we've always done, and we look forward to more shows like this. So it's very cool. Coming up, we're going to talk about a lot of the national stories that are going on, including there's still a lot that's being discussed with regard to Texas and some of the things that have been going on there with the redistricting. The president says he was not the sole reason for Stephen Colbert getting his show canceled, or rather that he has a pure lack of talent, and he decided to put that out on Trump Social, Truth Social. I said Trump Social, but it kind of is. But it is really funny how the president is still out there putting out all those truths and speaking his mind, and we love that. All right, so there's a lot of people that have been speaking their mind here in Southwest Florida, you know, with Congressman Byron Donalds, who is running to be the next governor of the state of Florida. The 19th district now has opened up, and we've got candidates that we will be speaking to certainly right up until election time. One of the people that's running here for the Florida 19th district seat, the Republican House of Representatives, is Johnny Fratto, who's here right now joining us on Florida's Voice. Is it Fratto? Fratto? Am I saying this right? Your last name, how do you say that? It's Fratto. Okay, I said it right. All right. With that mic up there.
Oh, yeah, Fratto. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I just wanted to make sure I'm saying it right, because I feel bad if I'm saying it wrong. First of all, good to see you. How's everything?
It's great to be here, Drew. Thank you so much. I mean, what an honor to be on your show. Finally.
Yeah.
You know, I ran against Mario Diaz-Balart in 2024, and I always wanted to go on your show, but I never got the chance to. And now here I am, and I'm just so amazed to be here.
Well,
loving it.
So tell everybody that's here, and obviously if they're listening, you know, why it is that you're running. What is it about running right now that's that you're feeling, and the reason why you're out there doing what you're doing?
You know, I really believe this is the second American Revolution that we're going through right now. And look, I think that we're poised to be, you know, the new founding fathers. I really believe that. You know, there was a coup in our country, I believe, just like President Trump is saying right now. Look at President Obama and all the Russiagate stuff. I mean, this is treason that we're talking about, legitimate treason. And right now, I think the deep state is in his death throes. I think they're going away. And I think that the new younger breed that's going to be, in Congress right now, is going to replace all of the bad that's been for the last 100 and some years. What has it been 113 years since the Federal Reserve started?
Yeah.
Because all the problems that we have are just symptoms of the root cause, which is fiat money, the Federal Reserve.
Yeah.
That's how I really feel about it.
So you've been following, is that part of what you do for a living? Like, what do you do for a living?
I was a television producer for many, many years in Los Angeles. My wife is from here originally, Fort Myers and Fort Lauderdale. Has been begging me to move here, and finally, I did it. And it was the greatest move I ever made in my life. Like I said, Los Angeles just turned into a hellhole.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of the business that I was in because everybody in it's so liberal. I mean, my friends that I'd known for 10, 20 years literally started calling me a Nazi and a fascist because I defended President Trump. And, thank God they ran me out of that business, because now I'm doing what I believe I was born to do.
Yeah. So what about here in the district, the things that people talk to you about and the things that you're running for, like the things that need to happen here in the district? Tell me a little bit about the district, like what your concerns on right here in Florida 19.
Well, obviously, I think the three main concerns are water, infrastructure, and insurance. And I think those are three things that need major, attention all the way around. So those are the three things that obviously I'm going to be giving all my attention to once I'm in. But other than that, on the grander scale, on the federal scale, just so many things have to happen. I mean, even look what's happening in Texas right now. It could happen right here. You never know. I mean, right now they're redrawing the lines. The Democrats didn't show up for quorum, and I think they're all going to get fired. I really hope that Florida turns all the way red one day and we're rid of every single blue seat.
Yeah.
I mean, I really pray for this. I think, this is what's happening.
Yeah, and I think there is a move that's going on right now, a movement. Clearly, it's not just the fact that we have a president that is getting the second chance that he should have had 2020 to 2024. I mean, that's a whole other story in election integrity, and we can spend a lot of time on that, and people are doing that.
I could talk on that all day. I mean, obviously, I think we should go to same-day voting, no more paper ballots. We need to fix all the voter rolls. I mean, let's do away with all the voter rolls to begin with and start fresh. I mean, why would we not do that? That's what needs to happen in this country. And let's set it like it should be. Go back to being a constitutional republic and go back to the Constitution. That is what this is all about. And that's what the Second American Revolution is all about. And that's what we are in right now.
Yeah, it's something that I've talked about lots, and I definitely care about, which is I'm getting really tired of when it comes to elections, because we're focusing on that now. The idea that we get further and further away from election day, and it becomes election week, election month. It's like, at this point, it's like, why don't we just vote for who we want to vote for right now for 26? Because it's getting that crazy. We got to rein it in,
I mean, it's completely ridiculous. Why should we have that much time to vote unless there's a way? The only reason for that is a way to cheat and steal the election, just like what happened in 2020, and probably what's been happening forever. Because as we know, presidents are not elected, they are selected. And Donald J. Trump was the first president to ever actually win a real election because it was too big to rig. Everybody got involved. In fact, the very first election I ever voted in my entire life, and I'm turning 46 years old in about a week and a half, was in 2016 for Donald J. Trump. And it's because he's the only one I ever believed in. I never believed in George W. Bush, nor George H.W. Bush. To me, they're just like Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton. They're all one and the same. They are uniparty establishment puppets. And right now, we have a chance to change all of that.
You brought up the Fed. I just wanted to talk about that because you were talking about the issues that are going on there. Like, what do you think about what's going on with the Fed as you brought that up?
Can you repeat
Yeah,
that?
talking about the Fed, yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I love what's going on right now. And I think Trump is humiliating Jerome Powell on every single front. I mean, last week, was it? When he had him in front of the, when he took him into the construction site, and he was going on and on about, Jerome Powell, it's 3.1 billion. Jerome Powell says, it's for the new building. I mean, it was just amazing how much he humiliated this guy on national television. And not only that, even when he had Caroline Leavitt come out with her thing with all the new tariff rates and, the note to Jerome Powell on there, it was amazing. And this guy is going to end up resigning because the American people are now finally seeing it. After 113 years without the Federal Reserve ever being audited once, now we're getting some real accountability. And that's what this is all about. Because like I said, election integrity, all these problems that we face in the U.S. are just symptoms of the root cause, which is being able to print money at will. It is a Ponzi scheme. I mean, people say, who's the richest guy in the world? Elon Musk. No, the man with the printing press. Mayor Amsel Rothschild, the man that created the central banking system, said, let me create a nation's monetary system, and I care not who writes its laws. They bought the left. They bought the right. They bought every corporation. They bought Big Pharma. They bought the media. And this is our problem. And this is what Donald J. Trump has been eliminating for the past 10 years. That.
Yeah. All right, Johnny, listen, we got to jump, but tell me a little bit about more, where people can find out about you.
People can find out about, I'm going to have a new website going up, johnnyfraudo.com or johnnyfraudo or fraudoforflorida.com. It's not up and running yet, but it will be soon. And also, if I can drop one other thing.
Yep.
Well, number one, I want to give out a shout out to my wife, Elise Fraudo, who's the president of the Young Republicans of Southwest Florida. She's doing an amazing job. She's right there in the front in the white.
There you go.
Secondly, I have a new brand that's dropping called MAGA Beer. Alfie is actually one of my partners on MAGA Beer, a shareholder.
Nice.
It's going to be here at the end of the week. It looks fantastic. And let me tell you something. MAGA has always had shirts and hats and tchotchkes, but they've never had a real brand to unite around. And that is what MAGA Beer is going to be. And wait till you see it. The brand is absolutely gorgeous. And mostly it's because of this man right here sitting next to me. He made it possible. We're talking MAGA Beer.
Go ahead. Yeah. Wait, is it working? Oh, there you yeah, it's working.
So we're going to be introducing MAGA Beer from seat to the table here, hopefully very shortly. What today is
I think it's going to be here as soon as Friday. It might be early next week, but it's definitely in the next 2 weeks for sure.
I can't wait to bring it in. I'm going to be buying the first couple hundred people to come in a MAGA Beer on me. I'm going to sit down and drink a MAGA Beer with everybody. So I'm looking forward to that first few kegs of that amazing MAGA Beer.
All right, there you go.
And hopefully it'll be the sponsor of this show every month. So very excited about that. And thank you, Alfie.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, Drew.
All right, absolutely. Johnny Fraudo, everybody. All right, we appreciate it, guys. Very nice. MAGA Beer, huh? MAGA Beer. Why not? All right. We are live, as you can tell, from Seat to Table in Southwest Florida. And as you can imagine, there's a ton of people here, and it's just crazy. So I don't know, maybe we'll have the microphone out there and have people ask questions. It could be a risk to my professional career, but you know what? Yeah, maybe I got to rethink that. I'm not really sure if I'm going to do that because it is getting crazy in here, but we're having a great time. All right, what else do we got going on here in Florida's Voice? Hit me. All right, let's see what else we're talking about. I'm just checking some of the breaking news headlines, some of what has been put out today. All right, is this right? Let's see. I'm just double checking on this. According to Fox News just a little while ago, the DOJ is launching a grand jury investigation into Russiagate conspiracy allegations. You better believe it, baby. Pam Bondi is acting on Tulsi Gabbard's criminal referral, claiming intelligence community suppression. That is some good news right there. So the AG, Pam Bondi, has directed the staff to act on that criminal referral. She ordered an unnamed federal prosecutor to initiate legal proceedings, and the prosecutor is expected to present department evidence to a grand jury to secure it. All right, so let's get this rolling. That is some good news. And we already had that there. I was just looking at some other things that are going on, just checking out the breaking news as we're here live. Let's see. There you go. All right. So this just came out a little while ago, too. All right. So this was from, I guess, who was it? Was it Jesse Waters who was talking about 20 CIA and FBI agents have now confirmed? This is kind of a big deal. Gets back to the Russiagate hoax. More and more people want the truth out. More and more people are coming forward and letting you know exactly what went down. According to Fox News, 20 CIA and FBI agents confirming that Barack Obama and a former CIA director fabricated the hoax, was then locked away in a CIA vault for almost a decade, basically to get people to believe in the hoax and discredit Trump's election by trying to manipulate the intelligence. So if there have been some people that you're looking at and have been saying this, and you've been following them on social media, and you've got the left who's denying all of this, the one thing you have to know is more and more information and more of the facts are coming out. And as they roll in, you're seeing people who don't want to do it anymore. People who have been there in the CIA and FBI who do not want to sit on this any longer. Of course, there are people that might want to know why you sat on it before, but 20 CIA and FBI agents have now confirmed what everybody has been talking about. So that's kind of a big deal. All right, so what else do we have? Nancy Mace. Nancy Mace made an announcement today, and I don't know how this is going to go, but here's Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina, who made a pretty big announcement.
South Carolina. Thank you for waking up early before you head into work today. It's bright and early, beautiful day here in Charleston, South Carolina, on hallowed ground at the Citadel, the Military College of South Carolina. This morning, I'm making it official. I am running to be your governor of the great state of South Carolina.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I got to be honest. I didn't see that one coming. I'm not sure how that's going to go. But Nancy Mace has launched a bid to be the governor of South Carolina. Now, when you hear people that are doing things like that, you know, you always are wondering how safe the seat is. And I would imagine in South Carolina, in that district that she's in, that it's a safe seat if she's going to be moving into doing that. So another person who many weren't sure about whether they would be sticking around there and how they would be doing this in Congress, making the next move. And so there you go. So Nancy Mace now going to be moving or trying to run. She's going to run, but she's hopeful for a bid to be the next governor of South Carolina. All right, what else do we have going on? We got a lot of news to talk about. Hey, man. Wait. Hey, man. Wow, that was delayed. We had Alfie Oakes just a little while ago who was talking about getting together with Bobby Kennedy, Robert Kennedy Jr., and he is the HHS secretary that he has been talking to him about, among other things, some of what can be done with our food supply and getting it healthy again. And hey, look, he's keeping on it. He continues to talk about some of the things that have to happen to keep this country healthy. And for far too long, some of what has been playing out, like, for example, SNAP. And there's going to be some changes with SNAP. What is he saying?
$405 million a day on SNAP. And about 10% is going to sugary drinks. And between, and if you add candies to that, it's about 13 to 17%.
Wait a second. So I don't know if you knew this, but we're spending $405 million a day. Can I say that again? We spend $405 million a day on SNAP. 10% of that goes to sugary drinks. And if you add candy to it, it's 13 to 17%. I'm wondering if that's a good thing to be doing there. And I believe he doesn't think that is.
And we all believe in free choice. We live in a democracy. People can make their own choice about what they're going to buy and what they're not going to buy. If you want to buy a sugary soda, you ought to be able to do that. But the U.S. taxpayer should not pay for it.
Whoa. Now, that is something that is very important to remember, because how many people have said that in the past? Look, you want to go out and you want to buy sugary cereals, you want to go out and buy sugary sodas, you want to buy candy, that's all well and good. It's a free country, knock yourself out. But when it's the taxpayer dollars, we might have a say in it. You're not allowed to. No, we're allowed to have a say in this. And so one other thing he said here, check this out.
The U.S. taxpayers should not be paying to feed kids foods, the poorest kids in our country, with foods that are going to give them diabetes. And then my agency ends up through Medicaid and Medicare paying for those injuries. So we're going to put an end to that. And we're doing it step by step.
That's an important thing. Check this out. Again, taxpayer dollars shouldn't be going to people buying sugary drinks and candies. Not because we don't want people to enjoy those things if they do, but because if it makes them unhealthy, then to his point as HHS secretary, then it goes to Medicaid and Medicare, and we don't want people to be getting diabetes because of the way that they are eating. And next thing you know, it's this vicious cycle of here we go, we're feeding them all the things that we're allowing them to eat the things that they shouldn't be eating, and then we have to pick up the dime when it comes to everything after the fact as well, with their health and well-being. No, we're not doing that. So there's more of what he said coming up in just a little bit. Brendan Leslie is sitting right next to me right now, and we got a nice crowd going on here. And I like your hat.
I love the hat. I want to shout out our good friends at Red State Golf. For everyone that is joining us here at Seated Table, all of our listeners across the state, we got a great promotion right now. Red State Golf is going to be the official clothing line of Florida's Voice. I'm very excited about that. And they are offering 25% off of their clothing and merchandise if you go to their website, redstate.golf. They also have an app on the App Store, Red State Golf. If you put in the code FREEDOMTOWN, you get 25% off. That's an exclusive offer for all of our listeners. Everyone here at Seated Table, please come check out their table up front. Man, I'm just really excited, Drew. We got a great crowd here at Seated Table. It's like a full circle moment because Florida's Voice kind of was born. They were born. This was born right here on this stage during the COVID era when Seated Table took a strong stance against COVID nonsense, Black Lives Matter nonsense.
Hold on, we got a problem with his microphone there. Grab the other one. There you go.
Check. There we go. All right. So Seated Table is the birthplace for Florida's Voice. We were on this stage every single week for 2 straight years, fighting back against the mainstream media. And it's nice to see such a great crowd here in one of the greatest towns in the entire nation.
Yeah, and we're going to be hitting other towns too. That's right. We got some other shows that we're lining up as we speak, so we can travel to the state.
Jacksonville and Tampa, be on the lookout. That's all I'll say for now.
Okay, I like that. That's good stuff. Anything else you want to say before we go to break in just a couple of minutes?
No, I'm good. I'm happy. Good day here in Naples. The weather is beautiful in Florida. And all of my out-of-towners or people that have moved here from the blue states, welcome at Seated Table. And hey, if you're listening in Jacksonville right now or Orlando, please, by all means, make a road trip to Seated Table. Because this place, you can't even words don't do it justice. This is the conservative beacon.
So wait a second, let me get this right. I can do all my grocery shopping here, and then I can go grab a beer. I can grab
you can have a beer while you're grocery shopping. So obviously this is the place to be. And hey, you want to support a good local American company that said no to the masks and the shutdowns here? This is the place to be.
That's right. All right, Brendan. Good stuff. All right. 866-588-8303. Anytime you want to call, if you want to check out what we're doing and see where we are at FL Voice News on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Facebook. All right. Checking out some other stories. When we come back, we're going to hit on some Florida stories, some of the things that are going on. Listen, I had a great weekend at the Florida Freedom Forum and the RPOF. It was a lot of fun. We had a chance to sit down with a lot of legislators and have the opportunity to talk to them about all kinds of issues. And it was definitely a lot of fun. It was interesting to be there when some people were getting heckled. Hecklers, yeah, we'll talk about that coming up as well. But one thing you don't want to be failing you is your air conditioning. Let's make sure that the air conditioner you have is working as best as it can, because the heat doesn't take any time off, and you can't either with your air conditioner, right? So if it goes down, look, Strata Air Conditioning and Heating, they show up fast to get the job done right, and you can save with the Strata AC tune-up. You get that air conditioning unit tuned up, get it running perfectly so that the system is running efficiently. But maybe if you just can't do it because it's too old, 10 years or older, maybe you got to replace it. So why not check out what Strata offers and how they can help you today. StrataAC.com. That's STRADAAC.com. Schedule an appointment across the state of Florida. You can do that now. Get a text confirmation. Track your text progress. They are fantastic. STRADAAC.com. You ought to call Strata. License number CACO 43953. All right, we got more coming up live from Oaks Farm Seated Table in Naples. And when we come back, we got a lot lined up for you. including at 5 o'clock, scheduled to join us, Ted Nugent. And anytime Ted's on the program, it's going to get crazy.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA, is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families. And one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and I have to tell you, when my wife and I talked about getting new kitchen countertops for our house, we know who to call. Rock Solid Countertops and More, 2240 JNC Boulevard in Naples. And they have been absolutely amazing. Hugo and the team are the best. The workmanship has been absolutely incredible. The install was so easy. The process was perfect.
Check. Seat to table. How are we doing, everyone? Are we? I just want to give you guys a heads up. In about 20 minutes, Ted Nugent, rock and roll legend, Ted Nugent will be calling in. I just sent him a picture of everyone that is here today, and he's very excited to talk to you guys. Very appreciative of everyone that came out tonight. And please, like I said, come check out Red Stakes Golf. We got Tito Ortiz, we got Patrick Dearborn Hour coming up. We got Conservative Ant, and then we're gonna have Blake Becker up in a moment. But Ted Nugent will be calling in around 5.
Or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with, here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE 40. 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40.
Since the dawn of time, man and wildlife have shared a connection, and hunting traditions passed down from generation to generation have connected man to the natural world, from bow and arrow to hook and bullet. As man evolved, our link to those traditions remain with them forever. Yet today, our basic instinct to provide and as part of the hunt to conserve and appreciate the natural world has fallen under attack for the first time in human history. The misguided politicians and radical activists pushing an agenda to end hunting as we know it, or leading a war against our heritage and their misguided policies and protests. They demonize hunters and belittle our way of life, the results of hunters leaving the sport in droves, while our wildlife and ecosystems suffer the consequences as conservation funding dries up. Named after the father of the North American model for wildlife conservation, the International Order of T. Roosevelt is fighting in the arena to protect and expand the rights of hunters everywhere. We will fight back against these forces to make sure that every American has a right to hunt, enshrined in their state constitutions. We will educate the next generation in our traditions and seek to expand accessibility so that everyone can enjoy our pastimes. And we will continue to hold true to our namesake's efforts to protect, preserve, and ensure open access to our nation's wild lands. Teddy Roosevelt's vision for American conservation defines our modern hunting and conservation system, a system upheld by the idea that conservation efforts are crucial to our hunting way of life, and that hunters are crucial to successful conservation.
To some, the sound of a baby babbling doesn't mean much, but that's not true. They're testing out vowels and consonants and trying different sounds. And by 12 months, their babbling is beginning to take on meaning. especially if there's no babbling at all. Little to no babbling by 12 months or later is just one of the possible signs of autism in children. Learn more at autismspeaks.org.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, are you still playing defense with your money? It's time to shift gears and seize the fresh opportunities this new pro-business environment has to offer. That's exactly what certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend and the team at Advantage Retirement Group do for high net worth investors like you, helping you go on the offense with advanced tax strategies, thoughtful risk management, and forward-thinking financial planning. Imagine enjoying the retirement lifestyle you hard to achieve, all while staying one step ahead, and in a changing world, you've got to do it. Alfie and his team design personalized strategies to strengthen your financial foundation so you can focus on living life on your terms. Ready to find out more? Text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Again, you can call or text 239-747-7470. Schedule your one-on-one consultation today and see how a proactive approach can help you thrive no matter what the market does next. Don't wait. Call or text VISIT to 239-747-7470 right now.
Now, back to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Once again, we are live, Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in Naples. We're in Southwest Florida. We're on the road today. Once again, we were on the road Friday, Saturday. We're back on the road today. We'll be back in studio tomorrow, but it's great to be out on the road and here at Seed to Table. And let me just tell you something. Doesn't matter where you live across the state of Florida. Trust me when I tell you, you're not going to find any place like Seed to Table anywhere in the country. There are very few places where you can shop for your groceries and go upstairs and join like hundreds of people at the bar and watch sports or watch live entertainment while you're shopping for, hey, honey, can you go grab me, I don't know, maybe a loaf of bread. The problem with, hey, honey, go buy me a loaf of bread at Seed to Table is then you find your friends are here and then next thing you know, you're drinking a Guinness, which is kind of like a loaf of bread in a way because it's very, well, anyway, you get the idea. So Seed to Table, like nothing else, it's pretty amazing. So we're going to be at a town near you, so we're looking forward to that. Anytime you want to watch, if you want to see it all happening before your eyes, you can go to at FL Voice News on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Facebook. So we are there. And Blake, grab a different microphone because I think that one's kind of a little sketchy. So let's just do this. All right, my buddy Blake Decker is joining us right now here on Florida's Voice. He is a Southwest Florida food blogger. He's a patriot, absolutely a conservative patriot, and he's got Becker Custom Builders. And here's the thing, I wanted to talk to you first of all, Blake Decker, joining us here on Florida's Voice. Let's say hi first of all. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you, Drew. I appreciate you having me on the show. I am the owner of Becker Custom Builders. My name is Blake Becker. For a hobby, I do food reviews as a food blogger with my boy Conservative Ant. I am a huge patriot and a supporter of local community and local politics. And thank you guys for having me on such an amazing show. Honored to be here with Alfie and so many other people like Dearborn and Conservative Ant, Tito. We did a food review with him over there. But my day job is a builder.
Yeah.
You know, I do high-end renovations, new construction. And so that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm here to sponsor this show. I'm super excited to be a sponsor of Florida's Voice and to be live at Seed to Table right now.
Well, let me tell you this. You are someone that I wanted to talk to because, well, first of all, I love food, not as much as I used to because I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight. Although if you eat the right foods, right, you're okay. It's just,
if you eat the right foods.
That's the thing.
Today I ate a 24-ounce prime rib. That's not the right food. That's not right.
That's the right food for me. That's what I'm talking about.
You want to bulk up a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's certain places that I want the bulk and certain places on my body that are like, you're not losing the bulk. So
don't
anyway.
we all?
But on the other side of obviously, the food and love that. And, obviously when you living in a town like Southwest Florida or anywhere across the state, it's always fun to hear from people the best places to eat and the healthy foods, all the different things. But for me, the one thing I wanted to talk to you about is getting to the custom building and getting to building in general, because I think people across the state of Florida realize what's going on with housing right now, as the president talking about the feds and listen, interest rates. Is there something we can do to bring it down so we can get things moving again? It would be really nice. Tell me more about how construction for you has been going. And do you feel and hear from people that are talking about that as well? Like, man, it's just like they're ready for this to get ramped up. They know the president's doing amazing work, but at the same time, in the building industry, what has it been like?
So I have felt about a 30% decrease this year in our normal sales.
Yeah.
Not that people aren't buying, but they're buying at a lesser price. People are buying renovations and new construction, but it feels a little bit slower than it used to be. Used to be able to throw a proposal out there and they book right on it.
Right.
It's a lot of back and forth. It's a lot of almost like people are watching the market and making a decision whether they're going to build or remodel based off of what's going on in that moment. So where our sales are not in a normal pattern. I'm getting sales in the end of summer when I normally wouldn't get sales until probably fall for stuff that would happen in spring. So it's definitely changed. And then employees, trying to keep good quality employees when the price of rent and the price of food and the price of gas, of course, have been fluctuating over the past couple of years. That's always a struggle.
Yeah.
You know, and that ties into what we're doing with our food reviews as well, is trying to get to know the people who own the restaurants, but the people who also work in the restaurants and what their struggles are.
See, you said, and this is why I'm so happy you're here, because you said two things that that hit me in the heart, and that is the people. You know, too often we talk about the building and the aspects of interest rates and the like, but not often enough do we talk about the people in the industry, the ones who also want to see these things happen with interest rates and building, because they get to keep their livelihood. They get to keep going. And it's so important that we don't forget about them, you know?
Yeah, because that's the backbone of our country.
Yeah.
That's the backbone that makes the successful business. I am only as good as my employees. I am only as good as the person that's got to drive 45 minutes now to work where it used to be 15 because he can't afford to live in Naples anymore. So those kind of things, those are the key points that we want our elected officials to help us out with, to make sure that there's affordable housing, to make sure that the roads and the taxes and everything are going to be comparable to other places so that we can keep good staff.
So like, as you talk to people, friends, people that you meet in the industry, you know, now we kind of pivot over to you being a conservative patriot, which is to me the most important thing. Conservatism is something that we have to keep alive. We have to get young people to get fired up about conservative values. These things are so important. They work clearly because they work here in the state of Florida, right? The minute you start moving away from that, that's when things start to get a little rough. They get a little ragged. So
there's a reason there's a statement out there that says "Make America Florida," because over the past 6 years and all the crap that we had to go through from our government and from these restraints, we made it here in Florida. Alfie made rules for us that we could come in and shop no matter what. We could get a drink. We could celebrate with our friends on our birthdays. Those kind of things are important. And those are the kind of things that fueled this last election. These are the kind of things that kept our country going and kept this red wave pouring in as it did this last election.
yeah. So the thing I was going to ask you is, as you talk to people, because you are a young guy, you talk to younger people. Do they feel that way as well? Are they starting to feel like?
I firmly believe that. I'm one of the older members of the young Republicans groups around here. So I'm around a lot of young Republicans. There's a couple different clubs around here. I've been involved in both of their events. I love to see the enthusiasm. I'm seeing it at the different events that are going on around the country. You know, there is a movement of young people who want to keep our values in our country the way that it should be and the way that it was created to be.
No doubt. That's what I want to hear. That's what I get worried about. And like I said, even over the weekend, as I was talking to some legislators, you know, I was talking about the culture and values. And I believe, and I wonder what you think, because I believe that the values that we are starting to see more of right now, the things that people voted for with Trump, we don't want men and women's sports. There are other things that are going on, woke ideology, DEI, all that. I think that people always felt that way, but the problem was they were always scared to put it out there because they were getting doxxed, they were losing jobs, they were losing friends. It's a different world. Do you feel that?
It's a totally different world, and I feel that this last couple of years has given the people who were kind of constricted to sharing their opinion of a place to voice their opinion. And now with social media being this amazing platform, no matter which one you're on, that these young people are coming out with that opinion and they're sharing it. And you're seeing in droves people moving away from those things that didn't work. If they worked, it would have been great, but they didn't work.
Right.
So those policies of the woke, those policies of the DEI, they did not work. And you're seeing the movement in the colleges, you're seeing the movement in the younger people coming towards this direction.
All right, Blake Becker, here we go. So how do people find you? They're like, this guy makes too much sense. It's almost like he's got a show of his own, or he's got a business I need to make sure I'm checking out. What to tell me?
You can find me at BeckerCustomBuilders.com. That is my general contracting company, but also Built to Eat on YouTube and Built by Becker on YouTube are my channels where we're spreading some amazing stuff about food and construction. So it's been an honor and it's been a privilege.
I love having you on. We got to do this again soon. All right,
Thank
my
you,
friend.
sir. Appreciate
Great
it.
to see you.
Got it.
All right, Blake Becker joining us here on Florida's Voice. Very cool. Good stuff. He knows his stuff, clearly. All right, where's Eric? Eric is, all right, Eric Doherty, our own Eric L. Daw, D-A-U-G-H on X. I don't know if, grab that microphone there, because for some reason that one's a little weird. I don't know if Eric Doherty understands that, like, you're reaching legendary status politically. You know that, right? I mean, you're getting to the point. You're reaching legendary status, dude.
Really, is that so?
Yeah, I'm telling you, you're reaching legendary status. All right, Eric, how are you, sir? First of all, oh, the microphone. Yeah, try the other one. See if the other one works better. There you go.
I'm doing pretty good. We've got a lot going on nationwide. I think that, everything has just been accelerating over the past 6 months.
Yeah.
We have these redistricting battles. We even are talking about redistricting in Florida. And I think that things are just getting crazier and crazier. But I do want to see some accountability across all these cases that you've been talking about for the past several weeks.
Yeah. All right. So let's go through a couple of different things. What are like for you right now? Because if anybody has followed Eric on X, and let's just put it this way, there are a lot of people following you on X. I don't know have we figured this out yet? Because I haven't seen you in a while, like in person. Like, did you get any sleep last night? Did you sleep? How many hours?
I got plenty of sleep last night. Actually, I got about 8 hours of sleep.
That's not true. That's not, you're a liar. You're a liar now, because I know you sleep like 4 or 3 or something, where like you have one eye open and the other eye's on the computer because of what you do. But if you follow him, Eric L. Daw, D-A-U-G-H on X, you know that everybody's following him, and he's keeping an eye on the pulse on everything going on across the state and across the country. Let's start with the state. Some of the things that you're looking at. I know you mentioned earlier about there's a chance talk that the governor and the legislature might say, hey, there's a lot of redistricting talk. Maybe we should do the same thing. Are you still hearing that?
Yeah, so we did just have the GOP conference over the weekend, which obviously you were at. And Florida Republican Party of Florida Chair Evan Power has said that they are looking at it. And Governor Ron DeSantis has said that they might, because what happened was they had a victory at the Florida Supreme Court. And what the Supreme Court said is that the district that they drew out in 2022, they made it a Republican district. It stretched from Tallahassee, I think, several hundred miles.
It went to like Jacksonville, right?
And so they removed that. And the Supreme Court of Florida said that was constitutional to remove it. And so because that map from Governor Ron DeSantis and the legislature got upheld, they are now considering, because Texas is doing this right now, redrawing the map. And if they redraw the map, it would take effect before the 2026 midterms. And so the effect of that could result in Republicans keeping control of the U.S. House. And that could, give President Trump his trifecta. And then instead of losing it, he would have both chambers of Congress for the last 2 years of his term. And that would be monumental for him.
Yeah, that would be huge. And I'm looking at, I just wanted to pivot to national because I'm looking at your account here. Wow. So what did they locked in Texas? They locked the Dems out. So 3 o'clock, they were supposed to show up. They're in the Democrats, as we've been talking about, decided that because they needed a quorum there in Texas to be able to redistrict, they decided the way to not have the quorum was to just leave. And they've done it before, by the way. This is something that they do. So they left, they go to Illinois, and the governor and the AG were like, if you come back, there's going to be some trouble. So what did we end up with?
So the goal wasn't to actually lock them out. The goal is to lock them in. So just moments ago, they passed a call of the House. What that means is that everyone who wasn't excused, so they didn't have an excused absence, they have to stay in the House so they can have a quorum. And a quorum lets them vote on the map that they passed. What happened was last night, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker organized a flight on a private jet that cost millions of dollars, which Abbott is saying might be bribery, over to Illinois. That's where they are right now. The call of the House means that the moment that they step back foot in Texas, the sergeant at arms can arrest them. So as of right now, those dozens of Texas Democrat House members, warrants for their arrest have been sent out. And when they come back, they will be brought to the House.
Oh, it's great, and I just wonder, I'm looking at the time and we're getting ready to hit a break. So do you need to run? Can you stick around for another break? Okay, good. So stay around. All right. So Eric Doherty, Eric L. Daw, D-A-U-G-H on X is joining us, our own assistant news director here at Florida's Voice. And when we come back, I want to talk about that and some other things that he's following, because this story is crazy. It's, some might say that it might even be, is it feeding into the left's narrative? Could this help them? No.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com.
Check. Now you hear me better?
Right.
Okay.
Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember.
Yeah, but that's gonna.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com with other wildfire prevention tips, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
A lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-SHARE-40. That's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, if you're looking to take advantage of today's pro-business environment and strengthen your financial future, certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend and his team at Advantage Retirement Group have got you covered. They specialize in advanced tax strategies, risk management, and retirement planning, all aimed at helping high net worth investors like you thrive. Now, Alfie wants to share those insights with you with his book, Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway. It's packed with practical tips and forward-thinking strategies to help you make the most out of your hard-earned wealth. Ready to get your free copy? Text check to 239-747-7470. That's 239-747-7470. Don't wait. Learn how to capitalize on that pro-business opportunities that are out there right now and secure the confident retirement you deserve. Once again, text book to 239.
All right, everybody on the stream, you get to hear this.
7470.
Best in the mic here.
And that Alfie Townsend.
Check. Is that better? Can you hear? We're just testing a couple of things here, everybody. Well, keep that down. Check your mic. That one, yeah, this one's still not working. Let's check that one. Wait, go ahead.
Check. 1, 2, check.
Can you hear me? Is that better over there? Can you decide, Phil? Is that?
Check.
How's that? Is that working a little better?
Check.
Does that work? You can hear? Now you can hear me talking?
Check.
Okay, let's try that.
Word today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move. When being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Now, back to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
All right, we are back live from Oaks Farm Seat to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples is where we are. We're in Southwest Florida today. If you've never been to Seat at the Table, it's an incredible place. We'll talk more about that coming up. Coming up scheduled to join us in the 5 o'clock hour, 5 o'clock to be exact. Ted Nugent's going to join us. We got our friend Pat Dearborn who's going to join us as well, and a lot of other great guests. Coming up, Eric Doherty is still with us, the assistant news director here at Florida's Voice, and he is incredible. Always keeping an eye on the biggest stories. So let's get back to the quorum real fast, just so people understand. So Texas, what did they do? They came back. Now it's official. Now they can arrest them. There's a possibility that they'll do this. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, so the Texas House is currently trying to pass a map that would add 5 Republican House seats. And in order to do that, they need a quorum. The Democrats have fled the state, and a warrant for their arrest has just been sent out by the governor and approved by the House. So there is a press conference tonight with the Democrats. So they're not coming home tonight. But what the governor has said, or what the attorney general has said, is that they can't stay there forever. So yes, as soon as they come back, the sergeant at arms has been directed to arrest them. And Governor Greg Abbott said that he will remove them from office because they're not doing their job. You aren't allowed to break quorum like that. So this could get really interesting, but I do want to see, some accountability. I feel like this is the time where you need to put your foot down and say, we're going to have order, at least over there in Texas. We have order in Florida. This definitely will not fly in Florida, but I think that now would be a good time for Texas to do the same.
So moving on a little bit, what about this story that I'm looking at right here? So we have Elizabeth Warren now, who is basically taking the side of Mamdani in New York. Have you listened to some of what she has said? What is she saying?
Well, what she basically is saying is that he's experimenting with groceries and trying to make them cheaper, which of course his proposal in New York City is to have the government run grocery stores. And that idea, it's fully failed. It's come out multiple times over the past several years that all these grocery stores, what determines if a grocery store like this succeeds is if it appeals to the consumer.
Right.
And if people want to go there and buy the product and if the product is good. And I guess either she's too stupid to understand it or she knows it doesn't work, but she has to keep up the brand. Is she saying that the Democratic message is government-run grocery stores? So I don't know how well that's going to play for voters next year and in 2028, but she's just doubling down on socialism and frankly communism. And it's not really surprising anymore.
And one other thing before we go is this story right here. Are you serious right now? So there are 78,000 new applicants that want to join ICE. Is that right? Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so the acting director of ICE confirmed it earlier today that they are trying to hire basically an army of ICE agents because President Trump was elected on mass deportation. So what they did is on top of the executive orders, Congress passed that big, beautiful bill. What that did is it gave a lot of money to the DHS and to ICE. As a result, over the past several weeks, they have been blasting out, I think it's like hire.ice.gov or join.ice.gov. Stephen Miller in the administration has just been posting this basically multiple times a day. And I think it's working because 78,000 applicants for ICE.
Yeah.
They can easily, fill their quota and then they can get more deportations going. That's the end.
That is amazing. Wow. So the fact that there are people ready to sign up that want to do this. So certainly the vibe here is definitely about we side with ICE. We want to help. We want to help with deportations. And did you put this up? I think it was you yesterday. Did you put this up that is it the 3rd month in a row, zero?
3rd month in a row, 0 illegals released into the United States. Wow. So 90 days.
That is incredible. Unbelievable. All right, Eric, where can people follow you?
Eric L. Daw, D-A-U-G-H on X. Eric L. Daw.
All right. All right, my brother. Great to see you, man. I'm so glad you had a chance to stop by. Eric is the best, no doubt about it. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, scheduled to join us in just a few more minutes, Ted Nugent going to call in. What that's going to be like? Well, it's Ted. You just don't know what it's going to be like, but we're going to find out coming up.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. You let him try violin because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Talk to your kid about vaping. Visit talkaboutvaping.org.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele. Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Congratulations on your show.
Congratulations on your new show. Big deal, huh?
That's why shows like yours are so important. We have an independent county elected sheriff that's head of law enforcement in Jacksonville/Duval County. And I know how to work toward making this city safe.
We can't be shy about speaking on things such as faith and politics. We have to remember, in a free society, the public square belongs to all of us.
I'm not interested in North Florida looking like Orlando or Miami. I love where we live, but I think that good jobs means that people that live in this district can stay in this district.
Fishing and hunting is funding a large part of your conservation projects in Florida, and we want to make sure that those are forever preserved.
And the problem with this industry at this point is that they actually target our youth. You can see it in their marketing strategies where it's bright colors, fun names.
And that's going to be endlessly litigated.
Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, are you still playing defense with your money? Now might be the perfect time to go on offense and seize the opportunities presented by the new pro-business environment ushered in by President Trump and his administration. That's exactly what certified financial planner professional Alfie Townsend and his team at Advantage Retirement Group do for high net worth investors like you. They create strategies designed to help manage taxes, control risks, and boost your financial confidence. It's a forward-thinking approach that can strengthen your foundation so you can enjoy the lifestyle you've worked so hard to achieve. If you're ready to see how Alfie's team can help elevate your plan, call or text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Again, text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Schedule your one-on-one consultation today and discover proactive strategies to help you thrive in an ever-changing world. Again, text VISIT to 239-747-7470. Don't wait. Let Alfie Townsend and the Advantage Retirement Group team guide you toward a stronger, more confident financial future.
I've been dipping snuff for well over 30 years. You know, I could wake up in the morning and have a weird lump in my gums. Guess it's like playing Russian roulette, really. I would love grandchildren. And if by quitting it extends my life some, I would gladly lay it down.
Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to find free resources to help you quit your way.
Today, push harder, push forward, push vigorously.
There are things that I am hiding from people that I'm trying to inspire.
You can do whatever you set your mind to.
I feel like a hypocrite a lot of the times.
Don't give up on yourself ever.
Smoking, I hide it because I'm ashamed of it. I want to get out of the shadow. I want to show people there is light away from the darkness. I am going to quit.
Visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to find free resources to help you quit your way.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move. When being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Hey, it's Drew Steele, and you know I love the Floor Meisters in Naples, locally family-owned business, 3 generations of Meisters. Listen, what are you looking for? Carpet, tile, hardwood, Core-Tech? Maybe that's what you're looking for. And why don't we talk to TJ Meister right now of the Floor Meisters and find out what's going on with Core-Tech. What's up, TJ?
Well, we're just keeping up with the demand for Core-Tech. Just had to order a truck and bring it in from the West Coast of the United States to keep up with all the needs and wants of the people of Southwest Florida. Somebody doesn't have it, give me a call. I probably do.
I tell you, I love my Core-Tech floor. People love it. What is it about it that makes it so awesome?
Well, it's waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof. So if you got a pool, no problem. If you got a dog, no problem. If you got a husband that spills, no problem.
Floor Meisters, that's who I trust, and you should as well. 6281 Naples Boulevard in Naples. 239-596-4964 for the Floor Meisters.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge. But it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40. 855-SHARE-40.
Thank you for waking us all up out here for all you do. And
thank you for giving us the voice.
For being out there helping keep the constitutional republic. I want to thank you for your support for veterans in the military. Educating us, standing up for conservatism, giving us the truth.
Florida's voice with Drew Steele.
Well, hey, everybody. We are live at Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road here in beautiful Naples. It is it's fantastic to be here. We're on the road. We'll be back in the studio tomorrow. Looking forward to that. And of course, speaking to everybody across the state of Florida. First of all, big thank you to all the affiliates across the state of Florida. Thank you so much for making Florida's Voice a part of your programming day. I was super excited this weekend when I was at the RPOF event, the Florida Freedom Forum. Try to say that 10 times fast. And I was at the event, and so many people coming up. They're listening in Orlando and Tampa and Jacksonville and Key West. Even somebody was talking about how they're listening to the program across the state. So we are truly blessed, and we thank you so much for listening. Our good buddy Patrick Dearborn is hanging out with me for the next hour because I love him. He's fantastic, and it's always good to see him. First of all, how are you, sir? How's it going?
Like you just said, man, we are truly blessed to live here in Freedom Town, USA. God is so good, Drew. Love your show, man. And I love on a Monday afternoon in the summer, you've got a couple hundred people here hanging out, listening to your show, man. God bless you, brother.
Well, I'll tell you what, I am very excited anytime we have the chance to speak with legend. He's amazing. I always love having him on the program. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise right now for Ted Nugent joining us, everybody. Come on.
Somebody say hallelujah like you mean it. Drew, Patrick, Brennan, Alfie, Pilot Rob, Dan, Birdland Steve, everybody at the Alamo Gun Store, Carmine Machino, Sheriff, everybody. I love you people.
Well, we love you back, Ted. We love hearing from you. It's I'll tell you what, Ted, you know, there is a lot of excitement. Obviously, there's always excitement here at Seed the Table. There's always excitement in Southwest Florida. But I got to tell you, there's also this excitement bubbling up across the country because people are seeing things happening that they've been longing for the longest time, especially considering who was in office for the past 4 years. And now we have things that are moving forward that we knew it was all we needed was the new president, Ted, and we see so many good things going on. What do you have to say about that?
Well, number one, Drew, thank you, because the founding fathers wanted all of us to have a big mouth like you and me and Donald Trump and everybody who stands up for all the good stuff. So you just saluted all the affiliates of the Florida Voice radio show. God bless you for using your First Amendment. I know you are truth, logic, common sense, we the people guy, and everybody listening right now, it's not just Florida's voice. This is America's voice. And you're at the seat at the table. That's real America. And finally, we should say hallelujah, glory, glory, hallelujah, like we mean it, because we have a commander-in-chief who represents the radical extreme experiment in self-government, where we the people determine our own destiny, pursue our hopes and dreams. We have a real constitutional, conservative conservation commander-in-chief, and the Nugent family is celebrating right along. By the way, I know who I'm speaking with here on the Florida Voice radio show. I love you people who are in the asset column of the American dream. So God bless you all for the sacrifices, the risks, the work ethic, for standing up for everything that Drew and I and Donald Trump and all the conservative voices in the media that we represent. And we finally brought America out of the embarrassing, toxic, satanic toilet flush of Joe Biden. Thank you, everybody, for stopping that.
Yeah, no, and on the other side of that, unfortunately, there are some in some places that don't want to let it go. You know, I think about New York and how you have a communist, Marxist, socialist, Democrat, or is there any other kind, that is on the precipice of possibly winning. They just won't give up, Ted, and the people don't realize what they're in for. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I've been clean and sober for 77 years, so my brain picks up on accurate information, and I pursue accurate information. But unfortunately, there was an intentional, orchestrated dumbing down of America. And all you have to do is look to New York City to see the manifestation of a cultural deprivation and abandonment of the very concept, precepts, foundational values of the greatest quality of life. And the people in New York are just blind to truth, logic, and common sense, who could possibly allow Mamdani to represent that what was once the greatest city in the world. But let me tell you, Drew, the people that are listening to the Florida Voice right now with you and me and Patrick and everybody else who stands up for truth, logic, and common sense, everybody listening can make a difference. We all know people in New York. My son Fleetwood has the #1 restaurant, the Richmond in Staten Island, and he raises hell. Now is the time to reach out to those dumbed down, brainwashed people that we know, whether it's at church, school, workplace, at the bowling alley, at the shooting range. We have friends in New York. By the way, there is a shooting range in New York. I could tell you some full automatic firepower stories about that. But anyhow, we can reach out. We can reach out to our friends and family in New York City and go, hey, you numbnuts, wake up. This guy represents historical evidence to destroy your quality of life, to destroy the American dream. But if we don't speak up, typically conservatives shrug their shoulders and don't want to ruffle feathers. Well, it's time to pluck the feathers and raise more hell like we did before the 24 election, and wake up our friends and family and coworkers and associates in the once great city of New York. We can do this. We need to do to New York City what we did to America, and wake people up that there is evidence, irrefutable, a tsunami of evidence that this Mamdani freak will destroy everything that those great people in the asset column of New York have created. And remember, the best people are leaving New York City. If they keep that up, good luck. You won't have to worry about rising tides. You're going to have to worry about the cultural suicide they have inflicted upon themselves.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Uncle Ted, it's Pat Dearborn here, man. We love you here in Naples. You and Shemaine are forever loved in Freedom Town, USA, for what you did. Speaking of raising hell, I got to give a shout out to Ira. He got stuck on a flight, was going to be here. I want to congratulate Ira Dean and you, Ted Nugent, for the #1 country video in the world. Woo! What would Charlie Daniels do? Congrats, brother.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that, Pat. Yeah, Ira Dean is a super, super musical force, a great man, rock solid in the asset column, gifted, and he uses his gifts from God to celebrate and to promote and to communicate with people. And the very title, What Would Charlie Daniels Do? What Charlie Daniels always did was the right thing. And now more than ever, where we see the blindly obedient numbnuts that are literally genuflecting at the altar of Satan and communism and Marxism, now is the time for us to spread this word. And Ira Dean, which is from your neck of the woods down there, he invited me to play guitar. Now, Patrick, yes, it is a country song, but once the guitar solo starts,
that's
it's
right.
a soul
That's
music,
right.
rhythm and
That's
blues,
That's right. That's right. I'm so glad you said, Ted. Can I just, I don't, Ted, it's true. Forgive me for interrupting you, but I have to say this. What I love about the video is I'm looking at you and you're smiling from ear to ear the whole time, loving it. And I'm just waiting for that moment. I love the song, but then I'm waiting for that moment where you just grab that guitar and it's like, here we go. And here you go. And it was just feels good. You know, it's just when you have music like that and an artist like the two of you, and then you grab that guitar like that and just shred it. It's like, it just feels good. That's all. I just wanted to say that. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
That's a good interruption. By the way, Shemaine sends her love. She loves you people down there. She can't wait to come back and have a nice, wonderful meal with Alfie and Dan and everybody down there at Seat to Table. So thank you for representing the Nugent family every time you have your Florida Voice radio show. And Patrick, you're absolutely correct. Ira Dean and I first met appropriately, giving our heart and soul and making a donation to the hurricane victims in Naples that Ira and his beautiful wife put together. So that is the kind of positive energy, positive spirit, positive attitude, love, empathy, compassion, and dedication to a musical statement that really represents not just what Charlie Daniels do. I have a funny feeling everybody listening right now to Florida's Voice, it's what the people listening to us right now would do. So the name of the game is do it. We won in 2024 because we wouldn't put up with the criminality, the corruption, the dishonesty, the fraud, the waste, the torching of our tax dollars. And now with Donald Trump in office, we got to do everything we can to identify the toxicity of Democrats who believe in open borders, importing fentanyl from the communist Chinese and the Mexican government drug cartel, killing Americans. It really is a line drawn in the sand. So once again, Drew, thank you for speaking out on behalf of the good people on that line of the sand against the evil people. It really isn't just a disagreement with policy and ideas. It really is good versus evil. So thank you, Seed to Table. Thank you, Florida Voice. Thank you, everybody listening to us right now. But don't get complacent. The battle is just starting.
Yep.
We have to keep that pressure on nonstop.
All right, I can't let you go, Ted, without telling everybody about the vault and music. Come on now. You got to let us know. Everybody listening across the state of Florida, they want more Ted. They want more you. They want more music. Where are they going?
Well, I got to tell you, I'm a happy guitar playing son of a bitch because I got the greatest band in the world, Jason Hartless and John Kutz, my drum gods, and Johnny Big on bass guitar. We set an all-time attendance record, beer sales record, and merchandise record for the greatest rock and roll. 30,000 people in Wisconsin last week. The old guitar player from Detroit just set an attendance record in 2025 because people love fire-breathing, passionate, soulful, meaningful, believable, fun, grooving, sexy guitar music. So thank you. We got a 7-night run at the end of August here in Michigan, sold out 7 nights in a row at some local, just unbelievable places, because I'm not going to tour because Shemaine and Coco and Sadie and Jackson want me home every night, which, by the way, everybody write this down. GetUncleTeds.com. GetUncleTeds.com is a new super healthy, natural, organic dog supplement because everybody listening right now loves their dog.
Yep.
GetUncleTeds.com is a brand new product that Shemaine has created that is the ultimate nutritional vitamin remedy supplement for dogs against all that chemical stuff at the local store. GetUncleTeds.com. It'd make your dog happy. When our dogs are happy, I'm happy.
All right, Ted.
Thanks,
we love
Ted.
you. We love you so much, Ted. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking a few minutes. We love you. God bless you, sir.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you, everybody. I love you people.
Drew, we got
All
two
right,
big
we'll
guests
see ya.
coming up for right now.
All
Two
right.
big guests.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Ted.
everybody. Oh, I love having him on.
All right, look. We got conservative Ant, one of the biggest voices in America right now for our movement. Conservative Ant, come on up here. Woo! Tito Ortiz, get up here, big boy. UFC legend, Tito Ortiz. Conservative Ant, put your hands together for these guys. Let's go.
Good to see you, man.
Big guy there.
All right. You got
We're
it?
going big, small,
Big, small, big.
No, we're going
Medium.
We're going tiny and big.
You're in the house. Go, make some noise.
Come on, louder. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Check 1, 2.
So we got Tito Ortiz wearing a golf shirt, man. Red State golf shirt.
Come on,
Look
Red
out.
State golf shirt.
And I like this Patriot shirt right here. I need to get one of those.
You can get both. There's 2 tables next to each other. Y'all
I
better
know,
go get it.
but that's a youth small. I need a medium or a large.
Youth small.
Did you say youth small?
Actually, do come in men's size.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we do. We go up to a 3X.
Yes.
They didn't come here to see me. Y'all came to see Drew, and you came here to see this guy and this guy. And break it down for him. What's doing?
Yep.
And have you bought a pair of skin tight American Eagle jeans lately?
You know, it's funny that you said that. I just ordered a pair of American Eagle jeans yesterday, and I just got the tracking number today. So it's on its way. I'm super excited. I love supporting businesses like them. Hey, dude, Dunkin' Donuts, all these different companies.
Tito's Cantina.
Yeah. Dave Coro, of course.
Yeah,
we always support local.
By the way, for those that don't know, the Sydney Sweeney issue, which kind of fell flat for those that were trying to go against her when they come to find out that the sales went through the roof for American Eagle, right? And then all the other brands, and even the president had something to say about it, right? Earlier today. I got to see if I can find that clip. Oh, that was, did you? I don't know if you know, because here it was. This is the president of the United States talking about the Sydney Sweeney issue. Let me just see if I can play this clip here. See if you can check this out.
You're not speaking that she would run as a Republican. Any thoughts on that?
That who was?
Sydney Sweeney. She's like a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican?
Yes.
Oh, now I love her ad. Now I love her ad. Come on, I don't know.
Here's what it is I don't think
Whoop. The mic dropped out there for a second. Go ahead. Say that again.
back dropped out.
There you go. You got it now.
I haven't heard that since year of high school. No, I don't think the left really understands how they actually. This is like they don't understand that they're actually helping by doing stuff like this. Tito, what do you think?
I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it's all about America first. I want to live the American dream. I came from nothing. I came from a Democratic Party. As my mother and father was, they always wanted handouts, but I wanted the extra. I wanted the more. I wanted what I could do better for my family. Of course, being a father of 3 boys, I want to give them the American dream. The only way to make that happen is to work for it. No handouts through America. You got to work for it, make it happen. And thank God I live here in Florida, free state coming from Huntington Beach, California. I tried to fight. I lost the fight, but you know what? I'm back here now, and we're continue winning.
You know, I don't know if he lost the fight. I think we gained a warrior.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Because Florida is forever blessed that we have people like Tito Ortiz coming here, bringing his family, creating great businesses. And look, I relate with you a lot because I'm the child of immigrants that came here from Italy. And I have my family shout out back here, my family from Wisconsin and Chicago.
Adopted family here too.
My adopted family. Yeah, Blake is my son. Yes, he calls me dad. It's really fun. But no, look, they came here. They came here the right way, the legal way. And the only flag that they really love and cherish is the American flag. It's America first. Yeah,
we all should.
I remember the old UFC days and Chuck Liddell and of course Tito Ortiz, just outright legends. And I always remember, I didn't know who Tito Ortiz was back then. I remember watching on TV and you always walked out with the American flag, man. And I love when you started carrying the American flag. And it kind of got me to be a fan of yours. But the fact that we have you here, God forbid any liberals, Antifa, Black Lives Matters, any kind of terrorist organization ever comes to Southwest Florida, I'm going to tell y'all right now, stop off Cape Coral, get your ass kicked, and then roll your ass back out of Florida because we're not having that down there. This is Freedom Town, USA, and we're glad to have you and Amber and of course, Conservative Ant. on the greatest live show from 3 to 6 every week by Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
For what you guys are doing here is amazing. It gives me hope for this country. When I came here, I just saw hope for this country. After coming here after Hurricane Ian, I came to help. I watched a community come together. I was like, wow. I've been down here in Naples now about 5 or 6 times. It's been a phenomenal, like the people here are amazing people. Of course, people like Alfie from here.
Shout out to Alfie.
You know, God bless him. I was in California. I watched what he did during COVID, and it showed that we needed the freedom and the pride that we have for this country. As you talk about walking out with the American flag, you know, I've been to Iraq 6 times, the USO. I've seen the veterans fight for our freedoms. I've seen them sacrifice their lives. I've been to Walter Reed of Bethesda, coming back of being blown up, and they can't wait to get back in the firing lines to help their brothers. People don't understand unless you live in your mom's basement, garage, to understand what this country's about. How many people are willing to sacrifice their lives for the freedoms that we live through? We're a hardworking Americans. We're continuing to make this happen for this country. God bless Donald Trump. God bless this country. And I'm very thankful that Florida has stood their ground because of DeSantis and our new up-and-coming governor,
Byron Donald.
Yeah.
You know what I love? I love you too. And I love Tito. I love walking around this room today and just talking to everybody. And everyone says kind of the same thing to me, probably to you, Tito, to you, Patrick. Thank you. Thank you so much for speaking out on this stuff. You know, there's a lot of people that can't do the things that we do and say what you just said.
Reason why, because I was getting canceled. I mean, you gotta understand, I'm Mexican, 4th generation Californian. Come to find out that I'm Portuguese, I'm French, I'm Cameroon, I'm Native American, and I'm Irish. At the end of the day, I'm an American. But when I was in city council in Huntington Beach, Mayor Pro Tem Huntington Beach, the most votes in Huntington Beach history, I was a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Tito Ortiz.
Hey, I don't mean to cut you guys off. This is Brendan Leslie for anyone listening on the stream and across our great affiliates across the state of Florida. Real quick, we got 2 minutes before our next commercial break. We got someone here who would like to say hi to you guys, and that is former Congressman Madison Cawthorn.
Woo! Yeah.
Well, everyone, it's an honor to be here at the phenomenal seat at the table. We got Tito Ortiz, Patrick Dearborn, and our favorite conservative aunt, who's the greatest guy we've ever met. I know all of you are so happy to be here. We're joined by our phenomenal commissioner here in Collier County. And I just have to say what an honor it is to live in Southwest Florida. We all have the honor to be around patriots every single day. We all have the honor to be in an amazing economy, to be with the great, amazing business makers, amazing businesses in this area. And I just have to say to the people that make this county and this entire district what it is, we just want to say thank you. You guys are all amazing. And, you know, Tito, conservative aunt Patrick, you guys are a very large part of that. So on behalf of your citizenry, we thank you guys so much.
We'll continue to do it.
Thank you, Madison.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Here's what we have to do, everybody. Stay right where you are. In just a couple of minutes, we got to take a break. And then when we come back from the break, we will have more. We've got a lot going on. We've got, I don't know, maybe we might take a question or two if some people have something that they want to talk about. So we'll have that coming up in just a second. A couple of things I want to remind you. First of all, at FL Voice News on YouTube, Rumble, X, and Facebook, anytime you want to check out the program, you can watch. Right there. Anytime you want to call, 866-588-8303. And anytime you want to check out the podcast, Florida's Voice, the podcast, the show is available, Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever you get them. And one other thing, I have to say that there are a lot of people that are always worried about what's going on with the heat and the summertime heat, and you're worried about how even in here it gets a little hot, and that's not a bad thing. The only time it's a bad thing is when your air conditioner goes out. So we don't want that. We want to make sure the air conditioner is running right. So Strata Air Conditioning and Heating, they are here when you need them most. They are across the state of Florida, ready for you to take that call. Check out the website. Maybe you need a Strata AC tune-up. You could do that to get that unit running efficiently. And if it's just like it's toast, like we're just done, it's out, and we've got to figure out what to do. Maybe you need a new one. Well, here's the thing. Strata Air Conditioning and Heating, they offer 0% interest, 36 months with approved credit on any energy-efficient Goodman system. So check it out. They have a $500 best price guarantee as well. So you can check it out, shop, see what's going on at the website. They are committed, by the way, to 5-star customer service. So all you have to do is go to the website, strataac.com. That's strataac.com. Check it out. You can schedule an appointment, get a text confirmation, track your text progress to your home. All of that is available. So find out more, strataac.com, stradaac.com. You ought to call Strata. License number CACO 43953. All right, we hit the break. When we come back from the break, we have more Patrick Dearborn hanging out with his conservative aunt. We got Tito Ortiz and more on the way live from Seed to Table in Southwest Florida, Naples to be exact.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
I'm Chris Jackamick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times.
Check. All right, guys.
Now back to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Let me tell you something. The show between the show is quite a show that's going on right now.
That just came out of Singapore. That guy just walked out of the Gulf of America in a bathing suit and said, "To hell with it. I'm coming grocery shopping."
I said that.
Table. Let's go.
I said that.
We love you, big dog.
All right, we got
Hey, quit stealing hats, man. You got to pay for that stuff.
we got the Patrick Dearborn.
Like watermelon.
We got the
trucks,
Patrick
you know what I
Dearborn
mean?
Hour hanging out. We got conservative Ant. We got Tito Ortiz. Patrick sitting right next to me. That's right. Tito, first of all, I just got to ask you a question, man. So obviously, all the things that you talk about, your passion, I'm just wondering if you're starting to talk to people and see even whether it's the restaurant or just friends, people that you talk to, you sense this vibe, like just things are different right now. It's changing, right? Like, do you feel that people talking about that? Like they're more bold than they were before? What vibe are you getting?
I mean, since Trump won the presidency, the change has been literally overnight. But there's been so many people that's been in the closet, been afraid to speak up and say something because they don't want to lose their job. And you understand, I worked in Hollywood for a long time and did try to do movies. When I had one of my former agents actually tell me, "Tito, shut up, stop talking about Trump. I'll get you more movies." That's when I realized, you know what? Money's not worth my freedom. Money's not worth what my children's need for their future. And if I didn't speak up as I did when I was in city council, if I didn't speak up as I did, as I continue to speak up, my children's futures ain't gonna be as granted as is. Everything has been a complete backflip. 78% of this country believes in what Trump is doing right now. Promise word is promise kept, and he's continued doing what he's doing, and I'm very, very happy. At my own risk, I was willing to take it. I was willing to take the fall. But you know what? It didn't matter to me because I could look at the mirror. I can be responsible for my actions. I'm responsible for what I love, and that's this country. I've known Donald Trump since 2001. I worked with him as a Celebrity Apprentice. I know what type of man he is. And if you want to see what type of man he is, look at his children. That's how a man truly is. And his children, Ivanka, Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, phenomenal men, phenomenal businessmen, very well spoken. I've known Eric for a while. I know Don Jr. for a while. I know Ivanka for a while, working on Celebrity Apprentice. So just to see what type of person that is as a father and being a businessman, as smart as he is, I mean, I know maybe 4 or 5 billionaires that have been bankrupt before and bounced back, and that's what people try to attack him for. He's a businessman who's going to bring a country back, one of the best presidents of our history, of my lifetime, and possibly of this country's lifetime that's ever seen. So I'm blessed to be a part of this. I'm very thankful. We go to West Palm Beach, get an opportunity. Just last New Year's, got the opportunity to speak with him, speak to a lot of people there. But at the end of the day, it's seeing a community come together, seeing a country come together. There is hope for this country, and we're continue doing it.
Yeah,
That's awesome, my man. And speaking of hope, I want to make sure everyone out here knows this point. Because we got a lot of other outspoken people that aren't afraid, that are wide awake too, that don't have the platform you guys have, that Drew has, that Brendan Leslie has, that conservative Ant has, and that Tito has. Speaking out is not about a megaphone to self-importance. Speaking up and standing up is about a call to serve America for the greater good. And I'm just telling you, guys like Tito, conservative Ant, Alfie Oates, during COVID, even DeSantis, we had a safer at home. And I'm just telling you right now, I will go to my grave. I'll never forget Brendan Leslie, Drew Montez Clark, and Alfie and I having this show here where people could walk in these doors and feel like they could live a normal, free life without wearing a face diaper, without following green arrows on the floor. It's about personal choices, personal freedoms. It's also about a little spirituality here of giving acknowledgement to our Creator, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and God. So if you're down with common sense and being a believer, and for Freedom Town USA, make some noise.
I can't hear you.
Okay. And so again, I want to get back to what your community. And Drew, I'm sorry to hijack this show, but I want to know about, because you talk about getting attacked. So your community, okay? Talk about that community and the hate that you got from some of those extremists who wanted to silence your voice, and tell me why. Was there ever a moment when you gave doubt to say, man, do I need to chill out? I've heard Alfie's moment. I've heard Tito's moment. I've heard Brendan Leslie's moment. Talk about, was there a moment when you thought about giving up and just being quiet and going with the flow and to complicit with the haters?
For a second.
For a second.
we were doing all of these different events for parents, right? And we were standing side by side as gays against groomers, right?
You had you on the show.
Yeah. And more gays against groomers showed up than parents. So I said, why the hell am I here? I don't even have kids. Why am I doing this? And then I remembered it doesn't matter. There's parents who are scared to talk about this. And what do I have to lose? I mean, really, I don't care. So it was the fact that I knew my community was hijacked a long time ago, and I wanted to speak out against it. And I wanted to stand shoulder to shoulder with parents that believed the same thing, but were scared to get canceled in their community for the sake of their children. So it's really a weird kind of circle thing, right? So I continue to do it. I call out my community. And by the way, that community is not the same community it was 20 years ago when I was in it. But my community is a community in which I live in. I'm in Lee County, Collier County, Southwest Florida. Wherever you live is your community. My country is United States of America. My parents came here from Italy and but saluted that flag because they said, God bless America, right? Always, God bless America. That's my only flag. So that's what I do when I come here. I always stand with parents, common sense, and I always call out people who have hijacked any movement for their own benefit or their own self-gain.
You know why we all love you so much and why you're so popular?
Why?
For a variety of reasons. But the biggest one is this stuff can get me down. Like I have my moments where it's like, it's just constant negativity and evil and darkness. And the media, it's nonstop. They're trying to wear us down. And then all I got to do is go to my Instagram and I'll see you smacking the microphone, smacking the camera with millions of people watching, but you bring levity and you bring light to a dark moment. And you always remind me to not take it that serious, to stand up to fight, but don't take it to bed with me. Don't let it ruin my day. Okay. Because I got to have faith. I got faith that something greater is coming. And I'm telling you right now, thanks to guys like you, thanks to guys like Tito Ortiz, Amber, Brendan Leslie, Byron Donalds, Madison Cawthorn, John Strand. I mean, there's so many different people. We're all different skin colors. We're all different shapes and sizes and sexual orientations. And that's awesome because we love our pride flag is the American flag. You just said that. If your pride flag is the American flag, make some noise real quick, please.
Yeah.
Okay. If your pride flag is the Ukrainian flag, I lies that way.
For me, and I was just going to say that, the biggest part to me too, as well, and both of you can speak to this, is kind of what you're touched on, which is you have to live that life. If you live that life, you become the light. So if you're the light, then people want to gravitate towards you because of the things you're saying, what you're doing. It's not about, there's something to be said about people who talk about certain things and they want to argue with someone or protest or whatever the case may be. But if you're living the life that's authentic and you are living that life, then guess what? When people see the things that happen in your life, the success that you have, like Tito, you can speak to that, right? The success you have, the things you've done, and they want it, and they say, there has to be something more, right? It's deeper than that because it's what you project. It's your life. You've got to live that, right? What do you think?
That was huge for me as being a kid. From 6 until 13, my mother and father got addicted to heroin. We got government cheese. I remember drinking powdered milk, eating having food stamps, living in a motel, living in a car, living in a garage. And this was from, 6 years old until 13. And I thought that was normal life. But then I come hang out with my other friends who were conservative values and they had nice cars, they had nice houses. They would sit down at a dinner table and I was like, I wish I had this. I mean, as a kid growing up, I would learn the facts of life from watching Facts of Life on television. That's what I learned from. But it was like, as I grew up older and older, I was like, I want this, I want that, I want this. The only way I can get that is to work hard for it. And I'm thankful. My true name is Jacob. In the Bible, Jacob wrestled against an angel, and the angel beat him and saved his life. When I came into freshman year and walking in and like, all right, where's the ring at? Like, ring, what are you talking about? Yeah, like WWF, like Hulk Hogan. Say your prayers, take your vitamins, brother. God bless him. He's up in heaven right now. But I had an opportunity to see something that was great. And I was through hard work and dedication, got into wrestling, started wrestling, went through college, put myself through college, got into fighting and became the world champion a year and a half later, 25-year career. To able to give these things to my children that I never had as a child. And my father passed away 2 years ago, 86 years old, heroin addiction. I can't blame or I can't judge him through the life he's been through because I didn't understand one shoe he walked through, but I understood that he taught me everything what not to be. And I work my butt off each and every day. I mean, I own a restaurant, I do it for fun, but I work my butt off every week I possibly can to make sure my children have everything and no worries. Food is always in the refrigerator, lights are always on, hot water is always hot, clothes on their back. It's important as being a father because there's nothing nothing harder in this world of being a parent. For all the parents out there that are listening, God bless you. Keep working hard. Just be persistent on your kids. Don't give them a cell phone until they're 16 years old, and just do the right thing. When it becomes too easy, then you're not doing hard.
They really do that life. They don't give their kids cell phones until they.
I'm struggling with that right now.
I can vouch everything that he says wherever my girl Amber is. They do.
Yeah.
Hey, what you just talked about, I just saw a statistic, and Drew, back me up on this.
Yeah.
That less than 12% of 30-year-olds in America right now, less than 12% are getting married and having families. And that's the kind of evil that they've been trying to perpetrate these last.
It's not perpetration. It's
that's how you break a country down.
Propaganda.
Yes.
That's how you separate a country. The nuclear family is no longer there because the parents aren't keeping together, which is hard because they're separating them because the bills are high. The mother and the father, they're both working. The schools are taking care of your children. That's where the problem happens. You got to have that institute in your own family where you're sitting at dinner. Everybody turns their phone off, have a family, and ask each of a child, mother, father, what was your best part of your day today? What do you think what made you get part or past the day today?
Yeah.
You're able to have that conversation as a family. That's what has that nuclear family. That was God made this family unity together as one. I think it's really, really, really important because it is being lost now because how the propaganda is being pitched so much. And I watched it happen in 2020, 2021, 2022. And for me, I was like, you know what? I got to save my family. I got to make a difference. I'm very thankful in Lee County and Cape Coral. I watched a community come together at Hurricane Ian. I go, this was the community that God needed to be at. DeSantis, what he did for non-woke agenda in the schools, I was already here. So, you know what? Collier County, Lee County, they're all my county. We're in Florida. We're in America. So
God bless
this country.
Amen.
Freedomtown, USA, trademark pending.
All right, we got like a minute, so
less than a minute. So I'm looking around the room again. I see a lot of people out there. We got to give a quick shout out. So stop over and see. We got Jimmy the Greek. Is Jimmy the Greek still over there?
So he just walked away. But if you want to order Jimmy the Greek,
we've got some cool Patriot gear.
Official Patriot gear.
I was promised a hat or a shirt. I didn't get one yet, but check him out. Also stop over and see Red State Golf. They're right here, right now. And I see a lot of young Republicans in the group. And as a grandpa, a guy with gray hair, I'm telling you right now, why I stand up and speak out. I don't get more business for doing this. I get less business because it matters to me for my kids and for my grandkids. And I look at Ant, he speaks up for his family, for his nephews, for my kids, for your kids. We need more parents to do more of that. Tito Ortiz, great family man. But to the young Republicans out there, listen to Tito, man. Become that family unit. Find the right spouse. Get married. Go to church. Raise your kids right. Get them baptized. Do all those things. And if we do that, America's going to be just fine.
You know, I got to make one comment.
Go ahead.
Tito was out of town and I took my family to his restaurant. And I was always raised as a European kid, I guess you can say. If I walked into a house and I didn't say hi to somebody, I was getting my butt whooped. Well, your boys sure did come up to me and say hi when I walked into the restaurant the other day. And that shows good boys, good parenting, good parents, good household.
Go ahead, Drew.
All right, head into break. Tito Ortiz, conservative man, come on. Make some noise, everybody. All right, we're heading into the break, finishing out the show strong. Coming up, my name is Drew Steele, live from Seat at the Table. It's Florida's Voice.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on.
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
All right, son. Time to put out this campfire.
Dad, we learned about this in school.
Oh, did you now? Okay. What's first?
Smokey Bear said so.
Wow, you sound just like him.
Then he said.
If it's still warm, then do it again.
Where can I learn all this?
It's all on SmokeyBear.com.
All right, guys, check. Hey, I'm driving, man.
Retirement Group have got you covered. They specialize in advanced tax strategies, risk management, and retirement planning, all aimed at helping high net worth investors like you thrive. Now, Alfie wants to share those insights with you with his book, Keeping You on the Retirement Fairway. It's packed with practical tips and forward-thinking strategies to help you make the most out of your hard-earned wealth. Ready to get your free copy? Text BOOK to 239-747-7470. That's 239-747-7470. Don't wait. Learn how to capitalize on that pro-business opportunities that are out there right now and secure the confident retirement you deserve. Once again, text BOOK to 239-747-7470 right now, and let Alfie Townsend and Advantage Retirement Group help guide you toward a stronger, more confident financial future.
We're with Bridget, whose husband won't be home for months and whose daughter is due any day. We're with Mike, who's leaving home to protect his family and yours. We're with all service members and their families who need community, connection, and maybe a bit of magic. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today. We're with Liam after his 4th military move, when being new is starting to get old. We're with Tara during the holidays, when she misses home the most. We're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and a home away from home. Are you with them? Learn more at uso.org today.
Now, back to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
Once again, we're putting a bow on the show here live at Oaks Farm Seat at the Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road in beautiful Naples. Getting back out on the road, getting the team back together, getting the peeps back together. I don't know, Patrick. What do you say? How do you say this?
Getting the band back
That's
together.
what I was trying to say. I don't know.
But Drew, you're leading that charge. Brendan's leading that charge. Like, everybody needs this. And I like that we're going to be here once a month. So when's the next show, by the way? I heard we got a big guest coming.
I think we're going to be coming here in September. I think we're going to do first Mondays here.
And who's that guest going to be?
That's Brendan's deal. I don't know. Brendan? Do you want it?
Alex Stein, and there may be a Byron Donald sighting as well.
That's
right. Governor of Florida.
Okay.
So make sure you're here. It's always going to be the first Monday every month, except for we're going to skip a Monday and probably be here on September 6th
in September? He's on his phone right now playing Candy Crush.
I can't tell.
September 8th, September 8th. Okay, good.
By the way, so September 8th. So Alex Stein.
Jay Campbell back there in the back, drinking too much.
Did you know Alex Stein's making news today? Like I'm looking at this and I don't know if I can play. I don't know if I can play because I don't know. So he jumped into an MSNBC break in Texas. And I have to play it. I got the dump button just in case.
Alex Stein, it's gonna be.
I don't think he's gonna cuss. But listen. So if you're wondering who Alex Stein is the. I guess most people know Alex Stein as the person who went to Target to put on the tuck-it bathing suit kind of thing just to check to see. All right. So anyway, but he's famous for other things. Alex Stein was in Texas today as the House Speaker was ready to issue these arrest warrants. And look at what Alex Stein did. I'm going to play this. I got my hand on the dump button just in case he cusses, but I don't think he cusses anyway. But here's what he did. So here's MSNBC, the news organization. They're doing a news story. And watch what Alex Stein does. Listen.
Have you been able to keep tabs on what's happening there? Can you bring us an update?
We just watched the speaker gavel out with a whole lot of anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's the
MSNBC side.
Hey,
MSNBC side. MSNBC side.
He went into the middle of the broadcast. Oh, he did not. Yep, that's Alex, and he's going to be here, so I can't even imagine what it's going to be like when he's here. All right, so there's and well said, by the way. All right, so a lot going on. Patrick, we just got about a minute and a half, so give me your thoughts. You know, there's a renaissance, baby. There's the country. We're back. We can feel it, right, and everything.
Remember this day, Drew, because this is the day that you and Brendan got seed the table on this patriot movement back on the map here at ground zero for Freedom Town, USA, which is seed the table in Naples. I'm so pumped. Honored to be on the show. Thank you, Brendan. Thank you. Thank you, Florida's Voice, and to your whole crew. And I can't wait for the next show, man. You can get Alex Stein on here, Byron Donalds. I mean, the shows, they got DC Drano in the future. Brendan's going to put together some amazing shows. I can't wait, brother.
Well, I
love that golf shirt, by the way.
That's right.
Love that golf shirt. Come on. Red State Golf. Let's go.
RedState.golf. Come on.
On the back of it says,
Kyle, come here. Kyle, come here.
3312. So 3312. So
come here.
Kyle, get up here real quick. You're wearing a sweatsuit and it's 90 degrees outside.
We got just for the audience, people that are listening. If you're watching, you're listening. Check this out.
Come on, my brother right here. So tell me about this shirt. What's that guy called right there?
So we call him the Swinging Sammy, man. It's Uncle Sam swinging the club as about as hard as Pat does. So 'cause they're about the same age. No. So yeah, Red State Golf, RedState.golf today only. Freedom Town. Use that as a discount code. You get 25% off your whole offer.
Awesome.
On the collar, what Pat was trying to say was on every collar, it says Psalm 33:12, which is blessed is the nation whose God is Lord, a people called according to his purpose. And so we try to put one nation back under God in every way we can, especially on the golf course where we do the most praying. Usually you swing and pray, right?
Pretty much.
Swing, pray, hope that lands somewhere in the fairway.
City County Commissioner Crowell, we love you, brother.
All right. So
real quick, you only got wearing a hoodie sweatshirt in Naples, Florida, man.
I know.
You haven't passed out yet.
I'm just that cool.
I love it.
Thank you for being the official clothier of this show. Drew Steele, Brendan Leslie. Their shirts. Look at Brendan right there.
I know. He's got the Trump faces on. He's killing it right now.
We gotta go, guys. All right, listen. Thanks to everybody for joining us today live. Florida's Voice. My name is Drew Steele. See you tomorrow.
You're listening to Florida's Voice with Drew Steele.
It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love.
Aunt, conservative Aunt, Tito.